Okay, hello and welcome to the Birb's Nest. Yay! Uh, it is a podcast where we grab a drink, sit down, and talk just about anything. Today, joining us as a guest is one of the most prominent writers of YouRiko, arguably one of the biggest figures or the biggest figure of YouRiko. She's also one half of the duo Yo Bros that made the legendary Love Live Hellfire Hellfire. She's also the proofreader to both of my soldier game fics. Yay! And a fellow co-host of the After School Writers podcast. Hello and welcome, Lydinya. How are you?
Hello. I'm good, thank you. Wow, I didn't realize I had such a title.
Yeah, because you have a lot of impact on the YouRiko fandom. So that's why that was like my first instinct to put that in the intro first.
Thank you.
Yeah. So before we start the podcast, right, I just want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join me on the podcast because I really do appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm very honored to be here.
Yeah. No, because we have not been doing a podcast for a very long time. Both, in fact, because if you do remember, we did Bob's Nest 3 years ago. You were on this podcast like 3 years ago with another host. Yeah, I think you remember that, right? Yeah.
Ye-
Yeah, and then the After School Writers podcast we didn't do for like a year. That's why I was like telling Dias the previous episode. So like we didn't do for a year, and then we were planning to do like a final episode and stuff, or we could just continue from where we left off and stuff. It's just it's hard to find a schedule for everyone, but I think yeah,
yeah.
it's pretty good. All right, so let's get straight into the topic. So this is the section 1 for general topics. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is what we both love, K-pop. Wow.
Yeah.
It's the current music has been really like taking over the industry for a very very long time, since like early 2000s. But yeah, so believe it or not, I think it's your first group also twice, like the first Korean group also twice.
They're the one I've definitely gotten into the hardest. I dabbled in other ones, but I want to say where I really got to know their whole music, it was all twice.
Damn. Do you have like a breakdown of the history of how you got into Twice?
Ooh, my friend showed me them in I think 2016. Whenever What Is Love came out, she had shown me
Oh.
them because I was pretty into Fifth Harmony, so she was like, "You'll love this girl group," and it was cute. But I was like, "Yeah, not really my thing." But then later on in 2019ish, they had came out with their song "Breakthrough," the Japanese single, and
Yeah.
my sister was showing it to me. Cause Fancy had just came out too. And I was like, Fancy's good. And then I heard Breakthrough, and I'm like, oh, this is really good. I really want to look at them now. So that's when I really got into them.
Yo, but Fancy is an amazing song. That is it's like a wow. Yeah, I really love the Fancy song. That I got the booklet for the Fancy thing too. It's in
Oh,
my
wow.
it's in my storage, but I don't know where it is. But I remember I got it. There was like a poster of Twice for the Fancy one. I think it was the side 8, but it was something like that. And I had the booklet and the CD and stuff because that I don't know. It just took me quite it just took me by surprise that the song was actually so good.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Yeah. So
God.
yeah. So how I got into Twice, right? It's a very long story, but I'll cut it short a bit. So I was introduced to K-pop about 2010 when Psy came out before Gangnam Style, right? So he had songs like Right Now, I think. That was like a very old song, but yeah, that's how I got introduced. And then there was like Girls' Generation. Wow, that's so old. Yeah, that shit's. I forgot what the song was called. I don't think it was Girls' Generation. I think it was Wonder Girls. There was a song called Nobody,
Oh.
but I think it was Wonder Girls, right? Yeah, it was Wonder Girls. Wow, yeah, that was
Yeah.
the first very song that I know from my brain. Like if you play that song right now, I probably would recognize it from a mile away. Yeah, yeah, I think you know about the song too, right? Because he has a very catchy chorus and stuff.
I think I do know it.
Yeah, I think
I-
if you hear it, you probably would recognize it from a distance. I'm pretty sure. So back to the case where it was a lot of K-pop stuff going around. I wasn't really interested in K-pop at first, but then I had my I had my brother play Twice. So he was a very big Twice fan. So like when he decided to play Twice in like the whole house, because he has a habit of like playing music loud on speakers, so I get to hear whatever he's hearing, even if it's like against my will. So, so it's like when I first heard TT, which I think was one of their first few singles. I'm not too sure about that. Yeah, it was, right? Yeah, so TT was one of their first few singles, and then I got to hear it, and then I was like, wow, okay, it's like it's kind of catchy though, not gonna lie, but you know, it's gonna take a bit more than that to sink me, you know. And then there was Heart Shaker, and wow,
Oh, that's so good.
yeah, and that was what took me in very quickly, because Heart Shaker was a song that really, wow, make me open my eyes towards Twice and be like, wow, this shit actually bops.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, that was really good. I like that one too.
Yeah, Heart Shaker was like a very core memory of mine too, because you know, my family and my extended family like went on a whole camping trip together, and that was one of the songs we like played during our camping trip, and that was when I also started writing my first anime fic. So it gave me a lot of memories. So this Heart Shaker has a very like important song to me, at least, because like, you know, it gives me a lot of very good memories. And
Oh,
yeah,
that's so nice.
that's why even though I'm not really like a big fan of like Twice new songs these days, I still stick with Twice, because you know they're the group that stuck with me throughout this kind of, you know, good memories and stuff. So you know, once in a while I'll always listen to them and stuff, but then like, you know, I prefer their last time singles. Like there was like you said earlier, What Is Love, I think. Then there was, yeah, there was also like the Mary song, or Merry and Happy, I think it's called Merry and Happy, right? Yeah, I like that song too a lot, the Christmas song. And then the next song that I remember clearly was I don't know which one came first. Was it Yes or Yes, or was it Fancy? I think it was Yes or Yes, right?
Yes or yes, I believe.
Yeah, Yes or Yes came first. So yeah, that was the next song, because that was so catchy. The chorus was just Yes or Yes all the way.
Yeah.
And then it was like, wow, okay. And then and then Fancy came through, and yeah, Fancy became like my new favorite Twice song, because I think
Yeah,
that was catchy as hell. That was really good, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, it was amazing. I loved
Yeah.
it.
And I think in its recent times, I listened to the I Can't Stop Me. Yeah, that was like one of the most recent one I listened to. I Can't Stop Me and Heaven in Hell. Those were the two.
That was probably my favorite album. The Eyes Wide Open. The Hannah
Yeah.
Can't Stop Me. I really loved God, what was it? I know Jihyo wrote it.
Yeah.
Shoot. Crap. It was something about her sleeping. Like, it's like my favorite song too. Right? It was like most played. God dang.
Oh shit.
That's
so,
really sick.
so that's
I
your favorite
blacked out.
Twice song? Is that your favorite Twice song?
It's like I want to say it's definitely probably second. I want to say Breakthrough is still my number one.
Because it was the one that was the breakthrough for you, right? Wow.
Yeah. Up No More. That was the song
Oh. Okay. I think
from
I've heard.
the Eyes Wide Open album. Like that one was really good.
Yeah, I think I've heard it
And-
too. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, honestly. Well, like, you know, there's a few recent songs that they did also, including with like Megan Thee Stallion. That was what the hype was all about, I remember.
Yeah.
So we can talk about like this too. So let's go with Mamushi first, the remix. Yo, I like that one a lot. I like that one a lot, honestly. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I really like their like lyrics. Like definitely a change up because they're never really like they've done a lot of things, but they don't talk about it. So them like singing about it, like yeah, we sold out these stadiums. It's like oh, okay, you know, I brag about it, yeah.
They have all rights to brag about it, because they actually
Yeah.
did it. So yeah, it's really nice to see a group I support really like go this high. But you know, they fit well with the instrumental. I'm not gonna lie, because I thought like they are like really mainly a pop group, so they won't really fit well with a rap kind of beat, but you know, it goes kind of well though, and I was
Yeah.
actually really surprised about that.
Yeah. I really like Chaeyoung's part. Like I think she's so fitting for like the rap parts. Like she is the main
Yeah.
rapper, but like when she was on that one, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, she peaks right here.
Yeah. I think it really is really good. I think for something I've, you know, because I was always listening to the original version, and then when I first listened to the Twice version, I think it was like way miles better than the original version. I don't know about other
Ye-
people, but I think the Twice version is still better.
Yeah, twice all the way.
Yeah, and then we have the newest one, which I heard from like all my cousins and stuff, that strategy was trending on TikTok. Was it true?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
It
that
is.
one was really good. I really like strategy.
I think it took a few listens for me to like actually be like, okay, you know what, I could listen to this, because my first listen to it wasn't really like the best. I don't
Mhm.
really like, I don't know, I just don't feel that it's as good as Mamushi, but you know, I think maybe after a few listens I was like, yeah, you know, yeah, it could be good, you know, it's not that bad compared to like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, it just took a few listens for me to really get it, honestly. But yeah, I think
Mm.
it's a pretty, I don't know, these days, you know, like a lot of K-pop people start like going collaborating with like Western artists. You know, how do you feel about that? You know, especially when like Twice did it with like Megan 2 times.
I think it's like some of them are like a hit or miss, you know? Like some kind of like collaborations are really good. Like I feel like BTS with Halsey, that one is really good. I know, but then there were other times where they would put rappers on their songs, like mostly BTS, and like they would bring them over. I'm like, it doesn't really sound that good, you know. But then I hear like Twice, I'm like, okay, Twice with Megan Thee Stallion, that one's really fitting.
Yeah,
So
so
I
yeah,
think when they're really like picky about it, it like turns out a lot better than like just being like, yeah, we want this to be popular, slap anybody on it, you know?
yeah, I do agree, because there are like a lot of examples these days that I think they're not really good. I think, for example, I know the if the BTS is gonna hear this, they're gonna slap my face for real, the fandom. But I think there was one collaboration they did with Nicki Minaj, the idol. Yeah, that one really, no, that was just not good.
I did not even hear that one.
Yeah, and then I mean, okay, Boy with Love, I think it's pretty nice, but I just feel it's so wrong to just give Halsey the smallest part of, or it's just the na 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 chorus part, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, she didn't really have like a substantial part in it, which was kind of like if you're gonna call it a collab, put her in it, you know? Like, you know, like going back Megan Thee Stallion and Twice, she had her own verses. Like, she had a part in the music video. Like, there was a whole section for her, you know? Like,
Yeah,
that is a feature. Having them like sing along, it's like that's not a feature.
she's
That's
not
like
even like,
background vocals.
yeah, she's just like a background vocal. I mean, she's not really background vocal. She's just more like just one liner in the chorus, and that's it. Like, that's so underwhelming. Because like I've listened to Halsey music, and I know she can sing well, so I don't understand why they didn't give her the lines to sing.
Yeah.
She has absolutely nothing except na na na, which is,
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh, funny to think back on, honestly.
yeah. But I feel these days it could hit or miss, like you just said. Like at first there was this one song that I didn't really like. It was called Seven. I think you heard of it. It's Jungkook's Seven.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, with Lato. So at first it didn't really grew on me, but then all of a sudden, like, I decided to just listen to it back, and it was like, wow, like this thing actually, you know, it's pretty good. It's pretty nice. But I think, you know, most of the time it's just a really, I think most of the time it's just a miss, because, you know,
Yeah.
I feel that both of them really different genres. They don't really like go well together. You can take like Ji Hyo's album. You know, she had the rapper 24K Go on the
Oh yeah, yeah.
album. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I listen to it. It's fine, but was it really necessary? I don't think so. You know.
Yeah, I honestly, that song was, I hate to say it was forgettable to me. I don't remember it, but I remember I listened to the album, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean it's forgettable. You're right. It is forgettable because I don't remember what the song sounds like even now. It's just funny to think about. Wow, like these days, if you think getting a famous American artist into the song makes it like popular, if that doesn't make sense. It's just the song doesn't sound good sometimes, and it's just I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, it's like you gotta be really picky and choosy with those kind of things, you know? Like
Yeah,
I really am glad though they picked like Megan Thee Stallion for their single. Because if they picked like another like rapper, like I hate to say like Ice Spice or something, that would have been terrible. Like it would have not ended good.
yeah. I think Ice Spice is really like oh my god, yeah. But there's another group that I think of when I think about Western collaborations, and that is Blackpink with Cardi B.
I did not even know they did a song with Cardi B actually.
Yeah, no, it's just very funny because like it was on their album. I think I don't know what album it was called. I'm not a big Blackpink fan, so I cannot remember what album it was, but it was the same album as the Love Sick Girls. That's what I remember. Oh,
Oh god.
it was called Born. No, it was called the album. I think it was called the album. Yeah, it was called the album. They had a Cardi B song, just in case you didn't know. Now you know. Now you know.
Now I know. Wow, I'm so informed now in Blackpink.
Yeah, but they had the famous Selena Gomez track called Ice Cream. I think you definitely heard of
Oh,
that, right?
I remember that one. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because it was also penned by Ariana Grande. Wow, almost
yeah.
mixed their name up there for me.
Yeah. I do remember that one. Honestly, that one like it's one of those songs where it's like you really got to be in the mood for it.
Yeah, I think it's okay, honestly. But what throws me off was Lisa's rapping part. It was so like pop. You feel so pop until that, and then it feels like the vibe is just all gone. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, no offense, but the song just feels so off with her rapping like that. But I
Yeah.
mean, Blackpink people like it. Blackpink fans people, they really like it. So I mean, who am I to judge?
Yeah.
Besides Twice, right? Do you listen to like any other K-pop acts or like any other people from K-pop?
I've been really into ITZY recently, actually.
Ooh. Okay, okay.
They honestly they've been pretty good. Like I liked them back when they released their song Loco. That was around the time I think the like Fancy and stuff came out. So
Oh,
obviously like Fancy like overpowered them, but like I remember the song when it came out and I was like, this is really good. But then Twice came out with Fancy and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna look in their direction, you know? But uh more recently they'd come out with another song called Born to Be, and it was like more like a darker feel, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is really good. So I started re-listening to them again, and I was like, wow, why did I ever drop them? Like they're actually really good. So recently I've been into them when I'm not looking at Twice, you know, like back and
ah.
forth.
But Twice has been like releasing so many albums. I know they released two this year, two or three of them. I remember I'm not wrong. Yeah, like you listen to all of them too, right?
I listened. Oh, I think I haven't listened to the last two. So the With Youth and Strategy.
Ah, so you
I've
only heard the
listened
song.
to them. I listened to the main singles though.
Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, because I didn't know Twice released so many albums. Like I just looked behind and I looked back in front and I was like, wow, Twice released this many albums. I didn't know.
Yeah, they are releasing so many, and it was funny because I went on their tour,
Yeah,
and like right when the tour came out,
yeah.
like I went and saw them, but they had just came out with Youth, so they were performing songs off the album, but I hadn't heard it, and I was like, what is going on? Like when did they release this?
Oh no, you don't know that? Oh my god, you are a fake Twice fan. Damn. Wow.
Truly, I was just bopping my head like, okay, go off.
Maybe you should start listening to them, listening to their new albums more. You know.
I should. I heard they're gonna go on tour again. I gotta catch up on my albums.
Are you going for the tour again though?
I probably would, honestly. I
But
I was thinking about it because unless ITZY releases their tour dates,
Also, you would rather go to a ITZY tour than a Twice tour?
I've been on a Twice tour 3 times.
You should show more love for Twice. How about you go for both? Yeah.
You know what? I'm putting in the overtime now. I might as well.
Yeah, that's right. That's all what your money is spent for, It's for these concerts. Okay.
Exactly. You're so right, actually. Thank you for that.
Yeah. But there's like a lot of K-pop stuff. So the next thing I want to talk about K-pop, right, is the transition from Korean songs to Japanese songs. Now this has been a really new kind of thing to me because I didn't really get it. But I know these days a lot of like this has been happening. But I remember Twice doing it first. So Twice had like a lot of Korean songs, right? And then they switch it up to Japanese. So let's say Fancy. They had a Japanese version for Fancy too, which was yeah. So then after that, like there was like BTS people also doing this, and then the other Korean groups are all doing it. So like, what do you think about this specifically, like Korean to Japanese?
Honestly, I think for the fact that I hear a lot of them in Korean first, then Japanese, it's really weird. Like, I can't really get behind it. One example I know I had was, it wasn't to Japanese, actually, it was to English. It was I Can't Stop Me. They made an English version. And I'm like, I've already heard it too many times in Korean. Hearing it in English is weird. So then when I hear other songs to Japanese, I'm like, that's weird. I don't like that either. I like when they just make a whole new song,
Yeah.
Like Breakthrough, that's just Japanese. Like ITZY had Ringo, just Japanase. Like, I can't hear that in another language,
That's true. But wow. But do you think it really matters? Like, if you hear, like, let's say if you hear the Korean version first, you will like the Korean version more. Do you think like this kind of things happens, or is it just like when you listen to both versions and you're like, okay, I decide which version is better? Do you think it plays a part which version you listen to like which version more?
Yeah, I definitely do think that plays a part. Like, whichever one you hear first. Because I heard a Japanese version of a song once from TXT. It was called like 9 8/4 or something. I heard the Japanese version first, and I was like, that is really good. But then I heard the Korean version, and I wasn't a really big fan of it at first. But after I kept listening to it, I could hear like the pronunciation differences, because obviously they're not Japanese. So like, you could hear it sounds a bit off than the Korean one. So it took a while, but then I started liking the Korean one more.
Yeah, because
so
I also
like, oh no, keep going.
No, I just saying that like, I don't really see the appeal towards like changing from like a Korean to a Japanese version, or having both versions at the same time. Also, it's like, it's a bit weird, because like, you're originally Korean, right? Like, you're a Korean group or you're a Korean person, and you do, I mean, it's more diversity that you do other people's language, like English and Japanese. But I think it would be better if you like stick to one language for one song and that's it, and not make like multiple language for each of the songs. Like there's a English version, Japanese version, Korean version. Like, come on, man. Wow.
Like, yeah, I feel like I said, like, just come up with a Japanese song.
Yeah.
You don't need to do a Japanese version. Just make a whole new song,
Yeah, that's why like Big True is just Japanese alone, right? There's like no Korean version, and I think that's pretty okay if you want to like branch out to new languages. Like, I'm fine with that, but like, at least let us remember the song by its original quality, and not just like there's a lot of other versions of it, which is very, very funny to hear at the same time.
Yeah. And it's really awkward, like, when they change the lyrics too, because like, they have to change it to fit like the flow of things, but sometimes it just doesn't work. And like, you could hear it. They're trying to like stress these words in there, and I'm like, no, like, something's gotta change.
Yeah, I mean, because mostly like Korean and Japanese, especially, like when they change the words, it's a bit hard to like fit everything into one line. So they naturally had to change some stuff. But when you hear the Korean version too much, and then you start hearing the Japanese version, you're like, god damn, this feels very off.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so no, I'm really like against this, honestly. Not against it, I just don't really like it. I think some people do like it, but I'm just not really a big like fan of it. for this kind of K-pop stuff, at least. Like it works for any other music too, like I know there's very few cases that it has been done like quite well. I would say, I know this example sounds a bit funny, but I would say Despacito.
No.
Despacito actually, it sounded like nicer in like English, and they had both versions. Both versions sounds pretty good, right? So the one the one with just Louis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee, and then the one with the Justin Bieber one, because Louis sang a different like verse in the Justin Bieber version. There was an English one. There was an English verse for Louis. So I think that was also pretty nice, honestly. And like that is like one of the rare examples where you can like put two versions of different languages together and it still sounds really good. So that's something that happens once in a few moon. I don't think it happens really like very often, especially for K-pop stuff where they have a quantity of like Korean and Japanese singles, and it's not even like they're separate, they're just like versions. So I don't know, man. I just feel like really it doesn't feel right. But I mean, it's their music at the end of the day. They release whatever they want to. I don't have to save for whatever they want to drop,
Yeah, I totally get you. And it's an odd example, but you're right. Like, you're really right on that. I can't believe that.
Yes, I feel validated. Woo! Yeah, okay, so there's another thing in K-pop that I would also like to speak on, and that is the growing amount, and I don't just mean growing, I mean overpopulated girl groups for K-pop. Like
there are a lot.
There is so many coming out. It's not even a problem that like there's a lot, but these days there's like coming out with like so many new stuff. Last time, like in 2019, all we had was Twice and Blackpink. Now we have aespa, ILLIT, New Jeans, and all that other girl group. There's like a lot of them coming out together. It's like, wow. It's like, how many girl groups can you make?
Yeah. Honestly though, I feel like more recently, like they've definitely come to light. Like some of them have been older. Like aespa's been around for a while, and like ITZY, but I feel like more recently it has like they've become super popular. Like no longer is it just like you get like two big ones or like one big one. Like no, like if you have a catchy song, you're in it. You're spotlight time now. You know?
That's right. That says the case for like Magnetic by ILLIT. I think that song is pretty good, honestly. But I feel that that's the only song I know them for. Then the rest of the songs is like, wow, I don't even know they have other songs. I mean, a K-pop group debuting these days is like, it's really a lot. Like it's too much, I think. Like I thought it's supposed to be like a thing where a new group debuts and then you're like, wow, like let us listen to the music that they put out and see whether it's good. But these days there's like so many of them. It's like, wow, what? It's like it doesn't feel special anymore. It doesn't feel like, oh, this group might have potential, this group might not have potential. It's just like they just like you just throw it out randomly. Oh, this is a new group. Oh, that's a new group. Let's take for example another case, New Jeans.
Yeah.
They recently tried to get out of their record label because of how shitty their record label is, but that's not the main point. The main point is they came out of nowhere with like OMG and Ditto. Like, wow. It's like you let any K-pop group succeed now because K-pop girl group succeed now because like they have very catchy songs and stuff. But no, to be fair, I like New Jeans stuff. Like I'm not a very big fan of them, but I kind of like their songs. Some of them, it's not too bad. I think it's not too bad. And then there is aespa. There's also I know Red Velvet has been there for some time already, but Red Velvet also, it's like all this girl group popping out of nowhere. It's just really, it doesn't feel like any more special. Like a new group pops out, it doesn't feel special anymore. It just feels like, oh, it's another girl group. Okay, yeah, all right.
They're probably like 12. Like they're so young too. I hate that, honestly.
I really, like, for me, I don't get it because like these girl groups debuting, they're only gonna have like at most, like if you're lucky enough, you're gonna have like one hit song, and after that you're just forgotten for the rest of your life, and you're gonna disband sooner or later. That's what happened to like the previous few girl groups also.
Yeah.
You know, like they had like one song, and then every other song did not do well, and they just, you know, boom, they just dissolve like that.
Yeah.
It's I don't get the logic like behind putting out so many girl groups like that. I mean, you know, good songs are good songs, but you know, there has to be a limit on the groups. Like, wow, there's so many of that shit, you know.
Yeah. And you know what? I can honestly bring it back to like the companies that do it, because I know like the girl groups now. So you got like New Jeans, ILLIT, Le Sserafim. Like those are like three pretty big ones. They came out around the same time. They're all from the same company.
Oh, they're all from the same company. Holy shit. That's
so you have like Hybe is like the main one, and then they have little branches that go down. So like Hybe owns a door. A door made New Jeans.
Yeah.
And like so like they have like branches that go down, and they're all making groups. They made ENHYPEN too. That's a boy group. But like they're all coming around the same time, and it's like they're oversaturating the market so much that it's like, calm down. Like I'm kind of tired of seeing them. They make good music though. I'll give them that. They make really good music. Like I really like Le Sserafim's music.
Oh, I think I only heard one Le Sserafim music, and that was Crazy, which is the recent one they released.
Oh, that was good.
And then they made an English version for it.
I didn't like that too much.
Yeah, that's why. So it really
they should not be doing that.
Yeah, it really brings back the point of what we said earlier. You know, releasing so many versions of a song, or releasing at least multiple versions, when we already, like, I think the Korean version is already good enough. I don't know why there's an English version. And then there is a remix, but the remix is in Korean, thank God. The remix is with Pink Panthers. If you heard of it. The Pink Panthers remix, yeah. I think it was okay, I guess. It was not bad, but the English version really threw me off, I think. It didn't really fit the vibe that well, honestly.
Yeah. I didn't like how they got rid of the Pikachu line. I really liked that, actually.
Yeah, same. It was so like that was the line that caught me like very good in Korean. But when the English line, they didn't even come out any of those shit, and then I was like, god damn, it sounds so plain.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, I at least from like Le Sserafim, they had this one song. It was called like Eve's Psyche and a Bluebird's Wife. Like that one was so good. But like
that was a long ass title.
Yeah, it was a long time. It's like from their like 2023. Like it was a while ago. God, like that was like peak them. I really liked them.
Do you think Crazy is good, or is it their peak? Do you think it's their peak?
Ooh, I think Crazy is really good. I feel like they still got like a little more peak left in them. Like they could come out with another 2 or 3 good songs.
Yeah.
But like, I wouldn't say like right now, because their company thing going on, they're probably calm down a bit. Because like New Jeans, they're trashing on like Hybe and like the everything. Like yeah, it like sucks here. But like Le Sserafim is with that company, and so is New Jeans, or sorry, ILLIT. So hopefully they calm down.
I don't know, man.
I
think they're like a little
groups.
Yeah, honestly, but I think the groups they're being did really dirty. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like New Jeans especially, they're really being did so dirty, man. Like,
yeah.
I don't know whether promotion counts as a label kind of thing, but wow, the promotion is just horrible, man. I don't even know they have songs. I heard from people that they have songs. I didn't even hear from them. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're trying to like outcast them.
Yeah, that's I don't understand. I thought New Jeans was like a really okay group. You know, they really make like quite good songs. So I don't understand why like nobody's promoting them. Like at least their label's not trying to do that. It's the fans that's trying to do that, and you know it's crazy when the fans does a better job than the label. It's just fucking crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I will say though, New Jeans, like you know, like when they first came out, I really tried not to get into them because they were so young. Like I really didn't like that, honestly.
Oh yeah, they were really young. I agree. I mean, I just listened to them. I just listened to them for their songs. But what do you say?
I was like, I didn't actually start really listening to them until like a good while after they debuted. like when I was confidently like, okay, I think these girls like are old enough to like, I don't know, be finishing school by now, you know?
Oh,
Like, I don't think you should be like in school and like be a celebrity. Like
yeah.
that's too much.
Yeah, I think that's the horrible things of K-pop industry, because you can make a girl group of any age, because a lot of like aspiring young Korean girls want to also be in like a girl groups and succeed naturally, right? Because everybody wants to succeed, and so they join this kind of like shady deals that like they don't know how to read at that age when they join, but then when they grow up they realize, oh shit, we're in a very shitty deal. How the fuck do
Yeah.
we get out now, right? So it's like, aspiration can bring you one thing, but you gotta at least grow a bit older so that you understand the world better a bit more, than if you want to really join so that you can go after your dreams, but then end up you get fucked in the process, which is
Yeah.
a very poor thing. Like for New Jeans, they debuted like really really young, and they seemed like they were really popping off and stuff, but then after that, they realize, wow, just the label we are in is just, oh, goddamn, it's just that bad. And
Yeah.
they're already signed to the label, so what the fuck can they do? Right? It's bringing them money. They can't do shit, right? Because they're also that young. They can't really do much. So it's just like, wow,
Yeah.
So it's just like, these days it's very concerning for like people, like K-pop groups, to really debut at such a young age. I really feel like it's really like unethical to kind of do this. At least wait until like their legal age, they know what they're doing before, like, they go into a group,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
I definitely agree.
Yeah, I think it's just really sad these days. Like, I also heard another group called Cat's Eye. It's not completely K-pop, like not a complete Korean group. There's like Americans in there, and there's also like
yeah.
other people in there too. But it's a really diverse group. But I would say I only remember their one song, which is obviously Touch. But other than that, it's just like so many people debuting these days, and some people may debut at a very young age. That's a really concerning thing, honestly. And that's why I tend to not listen to a lot of K-pop these days, because like, especially the newer groups, because if you give them more attention, the label will just be like, oh, we'll milk you more than ever, so you can pump out this stuff even without considering what age this, like, the Korean people in this like girl group are. They'll just like pump out all this, and then when the milk finally runs out, they'll just like disband the group like that, and then all the dreams will be gone just like that.
Yeah.
Which is a not great process at this point. I really think that it's a really toxic process. So
I definitely agree.
yeah, that's how I feel about the recent K-pop industry and the scene in it. But Twice I'll just still listen to Twice. Blackpink has released a lot of like solo albums, not their group, but like solo member albums. Like Rosé just released an album back like in 2-3 weeks ago, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, the one with Apart with the Bruno Mars song. That shit was a pop. But when I hear the album, it was like, the album was just meh.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was the hype from that one song alone. And that's also what I think, that it's very hard to draw in sales unless you have like a really catchy or big artist on the song, which in this case is Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars is so big. Bruno Mars is like in every single song I've seen these days. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but Die With A Smile, Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
That shit came out like a few weeks before Apart. And then after that, Apart came out with Bruno Mars again. I was like, what? Bruno Mars again?
He's not done.
He's never done. Honestly, Bruno Mars is a good singer. I can't lie to you. Bruno Mars is a good musician. I listen to his music all the time. So, be fair, the contribution he did to these two songs are phenomenal. I can't lie. He makes the songs good. But wow, I just feel that having such a big standout like that, like just one song, and then the rest of the album is just, not that great. I think it's also not a good strategy to sell your album like that. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
Technically, it is, because everybody's gonna be listening, and how charts they calculate the sales is based on everything, including the popular song. So then it will sell well because the popular song is in the album. So it will definitely sell well. But it's just, man, it's just letting down the fans, I guess, in a way.
I agree with that. So there is an ITZY album. Okay.
Yeah.
It had, so like I told you, I really like the song Loco. That was really drew me into them. But when I listened to the album wasn't good. But I was like, this main single is like amazing, you know? But like everything else on the album was such a letdown. But the thing is, that album was like a really big seller because of the one song. And I'm like, it shouldn't be that way. Like the other albums were like better, but the main singles weren't as good. So it didn't get as many sales.
Yeah, I think that's it all depends on everybody's like whether they like it or not. And I think one very important factor is TikTok. For sure, TikTok is a very important factor in this because even if your song don't sell well, it gets a lot of plays on TikTok. Naturally the streams will come in on Spotify and like other streaming services, and then you still sell well because of TikTok. But if you don't have like, any promotions like these and your song does not get popular, then you're done for. And then the song, if the song is just ass, the song is just ass, right?
Yeah. That's definitely a big thing now. Like it has to be catchy enough to be trendable.
Yeah. And I know they put in a lot of effort into albums. I get it. Like, the song may not sound nice, but at least they like put in effort in it. But man, it's just maybe it's not enough.
It is not enough.
It is not enough. They need to think of better songs.
I agree.
I mean, for like half the time, right? I don't think they are writing the songs. It's like some other people writing the songs for them. But goddamn, those people writing the songs and the people producing them, they need to be better at this shit, so that at least the girl groups don't get done dirty like that,
I agree. I definitely agree. Whoever made Sneakers by ITZY, I want to have a talk with you. That song was so bad. It was not the best. It wasn't bad. It wasn't the best. It was like that in between.
Yeah.
But God, nobody liked it. And so every time I see it, I'm just like, I wish so bad something would have been changed in it.
That's true. But I kind of miss like Twice old days. Speaking of like K-pop, I really miss Twice old days where it's just more of the pop infused kind of thing. The actual like K-pop, like all those like What Is Love, Heart Shaker, that kind of era, and Fancy, of course. All those are very pop. It feels like it's a Twice standout. Like it's a Twice style kind of song. But these days, most of their songs just sounds very generic. I don't know whether to say, but it's kind of generic. Most of them. It feels like you can tell it could be sung by some other K-pop person and you wouldn't even notice the difference. But back then, like you would listen to the Twice songs and you'd be like, oh, this is a Twice kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you feel that way. Yeah, do you feel that way?
It depends on the song, honestly. Like, I could definitely see that for which one was it? Like for something like their album, like With Youth, I was like, okay, that's more Twice because they're doing like their whole friendship thing. But like some of the other songs, which one was it? It's kind of like, so they had the song like The Feels. It was really good. That one was really good. But when I listened to that compared to like another song from Vicha, it's like a girl group that like JYP made. They had a song called Only One, and it has that same feel to it. So when I hear both of them, I'm like, they could have like been interchanged and nothing would have changed at all,
That's true. I think some of the Korean songs sounds really the same. They sound almost identical, and it's really hard to like separate them sometimes.
Yeah, but then again, it could be like a producer kind of thing, like something like that. But at the same time, it's like some of them, I hear them and I'm like, it could be changed with somebody else.
When I first heard, okay, this is a very funny story. I didn't expect it to be true, but when I first heard Manactic, I thought it was by New Jeans.
I thought that too, actually.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was just hearing it on the radio, and then it was like, wow, is this New Jeans song? This sounds very nice. And then I went to search it up, and it's by ILLIT, and I was like, damn, wait. And then Lord and behold, there was actually controversy around the Magnetic song that some people say that it sounds like New Jeans. So I think I wasn't the only one who thought it was like New Jeans kind of thing. So that was the kind of vibe I was going for, like when I was talking about it earlier, because it was just more like, it sounds like it could be a New Jeans song, but it's someone else's song. It's like,
okay. I definitely know what you mean on that one, because like I feel like ILLIT was definitely like made to be after like New Jeans. Like they're just trying to make another one, you know?
Yeah.
Because like their songs and like their vibes is very much New Jeans.
Yeah, it's so funny. I don't know. I don't understand. You know, it's K-pop stuff. I guess it's just the K-pop industry. It's very funny. But
Yeah,
I
gotta
there's
make
one
it work.
yeah. But there's one thing I really don't understand. It's called BTS has been dominating this industry for years, and it hasn't even stopped. Even when like new groups came in and out, there's like together TXT lah, basically TXT, and
Yeah.
and hyphen and ATs. And all of these groups, they even beat BTS by like 1 inch, bro. Did they even touch like 1% of BTS power? BTS is just too big to fail. That's
Honestly, they're really big. It's crazy. But I will say though, what was one of the songs? Because like they've all released music.
yeah.
I'll give one of them. Jimin.
Jung-
He had that song.
Jungkook.
Not Jungkook. It was Jimin. I
Oh.
think it was called Like Crazy.
Oh, okay. I've heard of it. Yeah. I've heard
That
of it,
one, oh my god. Out of all their solo songs, that one was peak. Like, I can never get that one out of my head.
Ah.
Which is always funny, you know? Because, like, when I talk to other people about BTS, they're like, yeah, like Jungkook. Sometimes they bring up V. I love V. But I'm like, he could not touch Jimin's Like Crazy song. Like, that one was so good.
Man, I still don't know like all the BTS members up to this day. I only
Dude,
know those like I know the main ones, Jungkook. I know RM. I know V. I know Jimin. That's pretty much Sugar. Okay, before people shit on me, Sugar. Okay, I remember that one.
I learned all of them because my sister, she's a big fan of them. And she actually bought me a ticket to go see BTS. But she
Oh.
made me learn all their names before I went. So I know all their names now.
So how
So
was
we
the
got-
BTS concert?
Oh, it was honestly, it was good.
Uh-huh.
I want to say like it was very theatric. Like they definitely had the
Oh.
money. I'll give them that. You know?
No, they have a lot of money, man. They have too much, I think.
Yeah, they were. Oh my god! And the stadium was so loud. Like I definitely remember that. I had to have like earpieces because I'm like, yeah, I don't want to lose my hearing. It was really loud.
So
But
name
it was good.
wait, what did you say?
It was good though. It was good.
Ah, okay. So, as you were saying just now before I interrupted you, how about you name all the members of BTS?
Okay, there are 7 members.
Yeah.
So you got Jin,
Yeah.
RM,
Uh-huh.
Suga,
Oh, okay.
Jimin, Jungkook, V, and oh shoot, why am I forgetting? Hold on, I said Suga.
Yeah, you did. I
Said
think.
RM, Jin, V. Did I say Jungkook?
Yeah, you did.
I feel like I should write this down. I don't even remember which ones I said. Hold on. I gotta write it down. So I said RM, I said Jin, Suga, Jungkook, V, oh shoot. I see his face in my head. Oh, J-Hope, that's what it was. God dang.
Oh, damn. Okay, wow. Wow.
Oh, wait,
not
hold
bad,
on.
not bad.
Did it? I have 6 written down. Who did I not write down?
You know, right? V.
Oh, Jimin.
Oh,
Jimin.
Jimin. All right.
That's it. Even though just praising a song, I didn't even write him down. Okay, that's all 7.
Hey yo! Wow! Dedicated fan. Wow.
Thank you. Not like I totally didn't stutter on that, but you know, thank you.
It's okay. At least like remember the names without looking at the wiki, which is a feat
No,
in itself.
Thank you. All memory. I can name you a lot of girl groups though. I tell you
I'm
that.
sure. I'm sure you can. So
But out of all the boy groups, I definitely know BTS.
BTS.
All their names.
but I think BTS songs are still pretty good. Not gonna lie. Like, you know, I like to meme about this one song called "Fake Love" because the chorus just sounds so funny.
Oh yeah.
I just meme the song all the time, but you know, I think the songs are pretty nice for BTS. I think there's some songs like I think just a few, not really most of them. I would say Boy With Love is like one of their best, honestly. Even though there was just a housey na na na, but I think the rest of the song is just like, pretty nice.
Yeah,
You know.
I definitely agree. Honestly,
then-
I really love their song Airplanes Part 2. That one's so good.
Oh, okay. I remember that. That was the housey one, right?
No, it's like a... God, I don't even know. I know, it's like an older one though. Yeah, I would say it's older.
Oh shit. Wait, Airplanes Part 2? Wait, hold
Yeah.
on. By is it the
'Cause-
English song or what?
No, it's a Korean one, but it's like older.
Ah.
Like
okay.
maybe around like Fake Love era? I don't know. I'm not like too
yes.
skilled on their eras, honestly.
No worry, if you're not skilled, I'm definitely not skilled too. Trust.
But like I remember that one. Like I wanted that one so bad to be played at the concert. I don't even think they played it.
I'm sure they played songs like Diamond Night or the
Oh yeah,
the-
that one.
that one blew up because the reason I know Diamond Night was not because of the song or not because it blew up, but because it appeared in a commercial.
Oh yeah.
I think it was yeah. What do you say?
It was 2018. That's when Airplanes Part 2 came out.
Man, I really don't know a lot of like BTS songs.
I
only know
just
those-
that one. My sister played it so much, and I was like, "Damn, this is kind of a banger!" Like, god dang.
Yeah, BTS songs is just really. I would say they are the best boy band in K-pop, but I wouldn't call them the best boy band ever. But I mean, different opinions, I guess.
Yeah, I can agree. Then again, I don't know too many boy groups.
Same.
But-
I actually don't. Actually, I know One Direction.
They were so good. They were so
Yeah.
good.
That's one group I would rather over BTS, honestly.
I know so many One Direction songs. It's crazy.
I kinda know some, but at least I know the names of the One Direction members.
Oh yeah. That
I
is
definitely
true.
know. It's easier to remember their names because it's all English. It's easier for me, for sure. Yeah. So, wow, that was a really long talk about K-pop.
I know.
All right, let's move on to our next topic, which is writing. Wow.
You're gonna have to break this in like 2 parts. That's a
No, it's
long
okay. No,
topic.
we're just going a very long episode because the episode that I did with Dias was 2.5 hours. So, it's fine. At the end of the day, I'm just combining it as one episode, and we're going to like just publish this out all together. So, no stress, no pressure. Just speak as much as we want. This is a sit down conversation. We don't need to rush things over.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So let's talk about the writing next. As because you have been the one reading my works for about 3 years because you're my proofreader, definitely. So
Yep.
you have seen definitely like the improvement I went through because of your tips too. Yeah. So I just want to know, like, from the proofreading and stuff, like, how do you feel about the writing compared to when I was like first writing and letting you proofread my first few works compared to like now?
Oh, I just say you definitely improved a lot. Like, I can see it. Especially like I would say a lot in your like dialogue, and like kind of like setting up your scenes and stuff. But I really want to like put a lot of praise towards the dialogue. Like that one really really good. You definitely improved a lot also in like your fighting scenes too. Like sometimes I do leave notes like I don't know what this is, but then again that's just me not knowing like fighting stuff. But like past that, like cause I know like when I first started, like a lot of things were just like off in ways like, and I just remember like telling you like yeah you just gotta like read the dialogue out loud and it'll be awkward or not. And I feel like after I said that, like everything improved, and I'm like, oh, this is really good now. Like I can read it like a story now, rather than like a teacher seeing like what's wrong, what's right.
Yeah, because I never really had a proofreader before I started writing. The most I had was my first Love Live fic, which was Suk was doing the proofreading, and he didn't tell me much about the proofreading other than the grammar mistakes. That's pretty much it. Like the rest of it was just like the way it was. So I never had to change much about it until like I let you start reading Soldier Game, and it was like halfway through Soldier Game. It wasn't even like at the start because I had another proofreader before you who was only checking out for like plot consistencies and stuff. You were the one checking out for all the languages, but at the same time you checked out for my other stuff like my dialogues and stuff, which really like allowed me to see like, wow, there was actually errors, because sometimes because if you didn't know, I actually went to re-edit my first Love Live fic, which is the 31 chapters long What Future Lies Ahead, that fic. I redid the whole thing, by the way. I just went to redo the whole thing, and I realized how shitty my dialogue was. Like, I really realized it. Really, it was so awkward. Like, I wouldn't be saying that, so why would this person be saying this, right? It's like
yeah.
And then the sentencing was also a bit weird, which I know I had a problem with last time. It was really like straightforward and stuff, which is like, it's not really descriptive, so you don't really know what's going on. Only I know what's going on because I was the one who wrote it. But at that point of time, re-editing, I don't even know what the fuck's going on sometimes. So I just had to re-edit some part, which is wow. But I think your advice really like helped a lot for me in my writing, especially because wow, it really makes me write a lot more than I used to write. Because there was a lot of times where I struggled in like describing stuff a lot of times, and I slowly got to learn and stuff through your proofreading and other people's comments and stuff. It was really it was a really good thing for me. So like you said earlier, the fight scenes thing, right? Like I would just describe fighting, and I wouldn't describe any like emotions or any pain that the other person like felt. Like arm chop to the head or something, it might be pain and stuff, but I would just say it's an arm chop. That's pretty much it. But now I get to add like emotions to the stuff, and when I read back, it feels more like wow, you're actually there. Like I can actually like understand and relate to the thing more than just chop. How would the guy feel? And I don't even know that kind of stuff. So I gotta thank you for all the advice that you have given me throughout the proofreading.
Oh yeah, no problem. I love reading.
And you'll be proofreading way more for this whole Soldier Game thing at least.
Yeah.
But it's okay, I'll give you one good thing, that after I'm finished with this, I'll be doing your favorite YouRiko stuff, so look forward to that.
I'm so excited.
But it'll be a long time, I think. It'll be kind of a long time because I'm just at the starting chapters of the sequel, so you probably wouldn't be reading it until at most maybe the least next year.
I'm
talking about 2026, not 2025.
Oh god. I'll still be there.
Yeah, I think you'll still be there. It's good. Oh, it's good. I appreciate you as a proofreader, man. As a proofreader, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was also kind of like when I was reading your other fics, like the most recent one you did with the zombie one. It was for Yo's birthday, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I kind of like that one also because wow, and you had a small fight scene thing, which was pretty cool though.
Oh yeah. Oh god, I haven't written in so I shouldn't say I haven't written. I haven't published in so long.
So you've written, so you have written, but you didn't post anything.
Yeah.
Damn, you're just making us all feel like wow, man. God damn, we waited so long for one fic.
Yeah, you would think it's like this long fic, but no, I've been because I've been playing a lot of Dungeons and Dragons, so I'll write these scenes for my characters, but it's funny because it all ties back to YouRiko, because in my characters, they all worship the goddesses of romance, which I've made to be YouRiko. So
yeah,
they're still in here somehow.
That is cool though. I mean, honestly, I don't understand how D&D works because I've never gotten into a session like that before. But I imagine it'd be quite fun though. It'd be quite fun.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Especially when you get to put your own characters in there.
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
That's a fun
that's
part.
that's how I feel about writing. If like, I'm putting in my own characters besides the Love Live characters that are already there,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. Yeah, but creating characters sometimes can be really hard because if you're creating your own characters, sometimes you tend to not like. For me, I think this is a difficulty for me. Sometimes I just feel like I won't follow the character characteristics. Like, let's say at this chapter, this character is like mother hated, and then all of a sudden the next chapter he's a smart motherfucker. I will sometimes like forget about these kind of things. I'll just like put him as a personality like that, and it's just like you gotta take note of. I gotta take note of stuff like that. So I don't know. That's why I'm really like worried that I might get out of like character with these characters, especially the Love Life ones. Like it really takes a lot to follow their personality and imagine what they actually would think like. So that was like a part of why I also started like taking more time to write, because sometimes it's just more about thinking about how I should follow the character, and it takes a lot of like anime viewing to understand what the character actually is, and a lot of other medias. Love Life is not just like one media. It's not just the anime. There's like the songs, there is the manga, there is the I don't know what here and there. There's a lot of stuff. So
Yeah, definitely.
So I have to take like all of those stuff and then like create a balance between all of these characters, and then just like Nozomi anime could be different from the Nozomi in mangas. So I just have to find a balance in between them and then put the balanced Nozomi in my fic. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it can be a bit hard though, but I think when reading back it could be rewarding at the same time.
Oh yeah, definitely. Honestly, I have not rewatched Love Live in so long that any time when I write for the characters now, it's like pure memory. I was like, yeah, I think she would do this. Just like type it out.
I mean, to be fair, it does sound like YouRiko, so I mean, your pass is granted.
They're ingrained in my head now. I can
They are
never forget
forever.
them.
They're forever in your brain. You know what they are exactly like, so you don't even need to go back to watch the anime. You know what they are like now.
Yeah. It's funny, because I write so much about them. It's like a part of me thinks like, what if that's not even like really them anymore? What if like everybody's just read my YouRiko so much that they're like, yeah, that's them, but it's like totally not,
Yeah, but I feel like it is like them because okay, yeah, I feel like it is a lot because like them because they have, how do I say this? Like you just make them feel really like they are themselves in the fic,
Oh. That's
Yeah,
good to hear. That is great to hear, actually.
that is really great to hear. I get it because when people tell me that I represented Ellie well, that was a relief because she was the main character in Soldier Game, and if I did not represent her well, I am fucked.
Yeah.
That's why it was a relief to hear that. Oh, everybody, people like you said that I represented Ellie quite well. So I was relieved to hear that, more of relief than happy, because if I were to put Ellie out of character in a Love Life fic, in a Muse fic, oh, I'm gonna get so fucked. Especially if I'm a Muse fanboy, so putting someone that you like in a wrong light is it's horrible. It's pretty horrible. So it's good that I know like how to portray Ellie, and that's a lot of anime viewing and a lot of the media viewing. Like it takes a lot of time to get to try to make sure that they stay in character at this way, so I don't go off topic and go be like, wow, she would do something like this when she really wouldn't do something like that at all. It's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
So do you have this kind of like difficulty when you do writing also? I mean, besides YouRiko, okay, YouRiko is in your brain already. You won't feel difficulty for that.
Yeah. I would say yeah though. I forgot who I was trying to write. Like there was somebody. It might have been like for a friend or something. Like I was trying to write, and like I just could not grasp these characters because like YouRiko comes so naturally that I'm like, yeah, like I'm done. Like I'm right when I think of it, it's already done, But like anybody else is so hard. I've done it once before where I've written a story with YouRiko, and then like I had to like swap it around to other characters' names. Because like I just couldn't grasp them, but I could grasp YouRiko, you know? So it's like really weird, honestly.
Yeah, at least you got the YouRiko spirit there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah to YouRiko.
They're amazing in every way. Hell yeah.
Okay, so with that, we have gone through the general topics for the episode. So now it's time for the questions. Yay! So Lid, would you, as a guest, I would like to ask you, would you like to start first or would you like me to start first?
I can start first.
Okay. Sure. Go ahead.
So, my question to you, I have many questions.
Yeah.
So, one, also, because like we had such a long conversation on music, started from music. So, since you're really into it and you're really diverse taste, obviously, is there a song that you can't really get out of your head? And if so, like, what's so appealing about that song?
That's a very good question. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of songs that are stuck in my head. Honestly, it's more of like which one is my favorite and which one's not my favorite. I can't really tell what's appealing because a lot of songs are stuck in my head. There's like too many appeals to count. It's like so many. But I would say like let's take a recent one. I would say one recent song I was stuck was from I don't know if you watched this anime before. It's called the Quintessential Quintuplets. Have you heard of that?
No.
It's okay. I think once you see the pictures, you probably know what it is. But anyways, this song called Memories. It was from the recent movie they came out with. I think that was a really nice song because I feel that that song really like I like kind of emo music. Not really emo. Like the instrumental is very like sounds very sentimental. The lyrics also sounds very sentimental. That's what I kind of like about the song. So that's probably one of the songs. And the other song that I had, which I really recently got into, was "Colors of You" by Hina Aoki. She's a voice actress, obviously, and she's also a singer. But she did this very nice pop song that I really liked. As well, the instrumental sounds very sentimental, sounds very chill. It sounds very like nice to me. So I could say that I think appealing is more of the sentimental kind of music, and the lyrics also sound like very nice, honestly. Something that like I could imagine something out of it, like a story and stuff. And the lyrics, yeah. And the story also, and the song also sounds like really nice. So that's the appealing kind of thing, I guess.
Okay. I got a mix of both. Alright. I like it. Alright. So, what would you say is a main thing? This is the second question. What would you say is a main thing that keeps you into a series? Because I've seen you've been into like Bang Dream for a while, you've been into Love Live for a while. What is the thing that keeps you in?
Well, to be honest, it will be the story and the characters. Yeah, correct. Because I think, relating the story is a very important part of why you would like the anime. I'm sure it's probably most people's a way of like relating like liking an anime is because they really like the either the voice acting, the characters, or the plot, which is for me I think the plot. If a plot that relates to me quite well, I mean not really relate, but makes me feel some type of way, then I think I will really stay. And then the characters also play a very important part. The characters are, something that I would love, right? Somebody that I would like at one point of time. So it's just like, the characters are a very important thing. So let's say Love Live, I like Kotori. So that's why I still continue to like Love Live because of Kotori. And it's like it's always been like that. It's just more about the characters and the story, and the fact that if the media itself could give me ideas to write for the fanfic. Yeah, because I tend to lean more towards animes that I could write fanfics of. If I really like it and I really think of like fanfic ideas to write for it, then I will be in that series for quite some time. And I wouldn't really leave it until I finish writing it. So one very important or one very prominent one, I don't know whether you know this franchise, Seikano. or it's called Seinai Hiroin no Soda Terkata. I'm sure you don't know, but it's a harem anime basically. But it's game making, right? So I found the premise very interesting. The premise, yeah, correct. The premise, I found it very interesting, and I realized I could make a lot of like fanfics for that. So I did make fanfics for that, and the fact that I'm still working on more of these are the reason why I'm still in the fandom itself, or why I'm still in the series, why I'm still very invested in it. So yeah. So like 3 main factors, that's pretty much it. So it's the story, the plot, the characters, and the fact that I could try to turn it into a fanfic and stuff.
Okay, I see. I feel you on the fanfiction one though.
Yeah.
If I can write from it, like, yeah, I can get into this.
That's true.
Let's see. Third question. What made you want to get back up into podcasting?
Honestly, I kind of miss podcasting. When, like, you know, the two of us, along with like Dias and the rest of the After School Writers podcast, we were always talking about writing in the Love Live podcast, you know, and stuff. And those kind of conversations were pretty cool, to be honest, I think. Although you and I didn't talk most of the time, it was just Dias carrying the whole conversation at this point. Yeah, but honestly, I think the podcast is not that bad, and I do want to have like a few of doing the podcast again. And I've been thinking of doing Burb's Nest for a very, very, very long time, because I enjoy doing Burb's Nest more than like any other podcast that I did before. Of course, it includes After School Writers, but obviously, Burb's Nest, not to say that After School Writers is bad, it's just I like Burb's Nest more way of, you know, getting to know people more and stuff. It's really fun to podcast with someone who, like, you know, we can have a conversation, sit down and talk. You know, even the people who don't talk much, they start to talk a lot more because we are not restricted to a topic. Like After School Writers is Love Live writing, or writing, strictly writing, because it's called After School Writers for a reason, right? But
yeah,
Burb's Nest for me is just more of very general topics, you know, like we just talked about K-pop and stuff. It's not even writing, but it's K-pop, and we all know K-pop, right? It's not like it's a very foreign topic. So like it's this kind of things that I kind of like to podcast about. It's getting to know people more and stuff, and it's really fun to do this kind of stuff once in a while. I also miss doing Burb's Nest from 3 years ago, because back then when we did Burb's Nest, like me and the other host, we did it with like we did it with Ples, we did it with Moss, and then we did it with you. I think that was a pretty good, like a good time to. It's a fun time to talk about stuff. So, and it doesn't feel restricted for once. So, you know, I like to bring this back, and I hope to continue this for the near future. At least I hope, like maybe the next 1-2 years I'll still be doing Burb's Nest. Well, of course, a lot of people would think Burb's Nest is a Love Life thing because I burp, you know, it's Love Life, it's Kotori, right? Everybody knows it, but I do hope to just break the stereotype that it's not just about Love Life. We could talk about literally anything, because I had someone ask me yesterday, Burb's Nest, that sounds very Love Life, but I told him it's not Love Life. It could be more than that, you know. We could talk about Love Life for sure, but you know, it's more than that. It's not just restricted to that. So that's what I feel. Why like a lot of people, like why a lot of my friends would agree to do this. Like, you know, the first few guests are like Dias, Moss, and another guy that you don't know, but you know, they all agree to do this because, you know, it's not restricted to one thing, and that's what I also like to do. Not restricted. Talk to someone with other, you know, mutual interests besides Love Life, and you know, maybe we could strike a conversation with that, and that's how I feel, you know, for Burb's Nest, and that's why I still wanted to do podcasting.
Oh, okay. I like that answer. I like it.
Yeah.
Alright, your next question. Do you find writing a sequel harder or easier?
Well, it's definitely harder because, you know, sequel means you have to really continue the story from where it was. That's not really the hardest part. The hardest part is more about the characters, because, you know, you pretty much can't reuse the same characters. I mean, you could, like, as in the main few characters, but, you know, there'll be like new people. You can't just expect the same thing over and over again. So there has to be new stuff, right? So you have to come up with that new stuff, and, you know, sometimes it may be the villain, it may be new good guys and stuff, or maybe neutral people, and then you come up with the plot, and on top of all of that, you gotta make sure that you still have the skills to write for the main characters. You still gotta make sure that they are still in character. You know, you're not done with it from the first. You have a sequel, so now you have to do the sequel too. So, you know, you have to do both things, and on top of the new characters and stuff, that is like really harder to think about. And the hardest part of it all is the plot, because you can't make it the same. Even though, like, let's say mine is an action fic, right? Soldier Game's an action fic, so definitely you will expect people to beat some bad guys up, and that's the end of it. So my first Soldier Game was Crime Syndicate, so I couldn't possibly come up with another Crime Syndicate for the second one, right? It sounds very reused. So for me, sequel means I have to think of something else. But you know, what can action be besides fighting, right? You can't fight a visible enemy, right? So you gotta think of something, and that's how I thought of the villains in the sequel now. But it took me a really long time to think about it, because I've been playing the sequel since July 2021. It's been like 3+ years of planning, and I'm still not done planning, by the way. It's just, you know, the future parts I'll still have to plan. But that's what I feel it's hardest about the writing a sequel. I think it's harder. It's never easier, unless a sequel means you have a 2-part thing. So let's say you write a whole story, but you want to cut it into like 2 parts. Then you put the first part as the first thing, and then the sequel is the second part. Okay, then that one would be easier, because you're already writing the same thing. You're just cutting it into 2 parts. So that's pretty much easier. But if you want to truly write a sequel, like the first story's end is the second story's beginning. Now that is a bit hard, because you need to really follow all the rules and stuff. So, you know, it's just harder for me, I guess.
Okay. I see. Let's see. Your 5th question. You dabble a lot in things like creator-wise, but what do you find the funnest? Like writing, like making YouTube videos? What do you think?
I don't know what is the funnest, honestly. Most of it, like all of it I do is quite fun. Like writing, YouTube videos, and podcasting. Honestly, the podcasting and the writing, I've explained it before, but making YouTube videos was something new. Of course, it was not like completely new. I did YouTube videos since 2021, but it was just gameplay of Sifas. Definitely, it's just a whole ass Sifas gameplay kind of thing. And only recently did I start to make actual commentary YouTube videos, because I already thought, I already made my voice like known to people in like who hear the podcast anyways. So I mean, what's the harm in putting another voice in one of my videos, right? So I think most of it is kind of fun, honestly. Like making the YouTube video for the commentary, the kind of thing is very, very fun. It's a lot of work, honestly, because, you know, I have to edit the video, I have to record lines for the video, and before that I really have to write like a script for the video. So it's a lot of this stuff. Then after that, I'm just scared that some people could not hear my voice properly, because, you know, I don't have that kind of accent where everybody can hear me properly. So I had to put in subtitles for YouTube. So wow, that took a long ass time to put subtitles, and yeah, you know, the timing and all that kind of stuff. So, but I think the end result is pretty satisfying, honestly, to see all this kind of thing. And I feel that each of them has their fun and their horrible times. Writing is fun because, yeah, you know, writing is fun, definitely, because I get to explore my ideas well, and, you know, it's all that kind of stuff. But the worst part of writing is writing.
You're right.
Because I'm so tired to sit down and just type everything out. I have the ideas, you know, if only someone could just write it for me.
I feel that. I feel so bad.
And if it's not the writing part, it is the writer's block. You know, sometimes when you're writing, you're like, shit, I've reached a point where I don't think of any more ideas. And then you just can't think already, and you're just like, goddamn. You're just sitting down there thinking of nothing now, because you have nothing in your brain. So that's just the second worst part. And I think podcasting, the worst part of podcasting is just finding the time to podcasts with people, because as you know, I live in Asia. I live in Singapore, yeah. So you know, our time zones are very different, especially all the friends that I've made along the way in online are different time zones.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow, it's like, you know, it is my afternoon now, but at your area it's at night. So it's like,
Yeah.
damn, you know. So that is one of the difficult part, is to find the time for both people to come together and record the episode together. So that's what I feel is the tedious. And then after that, the editing. The editing is the second hardest part, because fun fact, I was editing Daya's episode and I realized his voice file has echo. Wow. You don't know how long I took to edit that, man. I feel your pain. Or whoever edits it, I feel the pain of. You edited our after school writers thing, right?
I think I did in the beginning. Like, I did some things, not a lot though.
Do you edit like the voice files that we have?
I
or was
think,
that
like,
Soup? That was Soup,
I think
right?
Soup would add them together, and then before I published it, I would listen to it once more. And anything, like if there were like awkward spaces or anything, I'd cut those. Or like, I just did the little tuning.
Okay. So for me, right, I'm using Audacity to do this, to like do mixing and all that stuff. But well, when I did Daya's one, I couldn't use Audacity because there was too much echo and I couldn't find the parts where it had to be connected together. So luckily, Daya's told me that, you know, we need to record the OBS video, which helped me so much. But it didn't help me like lessen the days that I had to do this editing. It was like 3-4 days I had to do the editing, which is oh my god. Yeah, so, oh man. So I hope you don't have an echoey mic. I really hope, like when I speak, that I could hear it in your mic. I hope it doesn't happen that way.
Oh god.
I really hope, so that when I edit it, I don't have to, like, you know, go through so many of the cuttings and stuff. Whoa. Especially when Dia's episode was like 2.5 hours. Wow. That was...
Oh my god. Terrible. My goodness.
Yeah, but it was a good, the good part about the podcasting is that, we had a really good conversation together. That's what matters, you know. The editing part is just a small part of it. It's just a teeny whiny complaint, but I guess, you know, the rest of the conversation was really good. So honestly, that was the good part of podcasting. So back to the question, funnest, I don't think any of them is the funnest. I think all of them are, for me, equally as fun. But if you were to really force me to pick, I think it would be writing still. Because writing, my ideas are boundless, you know. I love writing a lot too. And writing has been in me since young. I've read a lot of fics, I've read a lot of reviews and stuff. And so I think writing is a big part of me. So I think writing is the funnest.
I'm glad to hear that. The passion never dies. Okay. Next question. Do you have any future ideas that you want to branch into? Whether it be writing, or maybe you want to like branch off into something else, like creation-wise?
I mean, as a long fic writer, this question is wow. This question, I have a lot of ideas. Trust, I have too many ideas to count. I think as a writer itself, everybody has too many ideas, man. I can have like I have a lot of drafts of like just drafts, not even written out plots. They're just drafts. They're just like, oh, you know, this and this might happen, this and this might happen. And then I just write them all down in this draft. But then I never publish them, or I never like even get to like sit down and start writing them. And some of them have been there since like, God knows, like 3-4 years, and I haven't touched it. Yeah, that's the problem about writing and stuff. That's the biggest part of the future ideas. Definitely, as a writer, a lot of future ideas I want to branch into. Too many, in fact. I think can't be countless. Horrible. But then, as in YouTube, okay. So let's say making YouTube, right? I want to do more of the commentary videos. I've sent you something before. I think it was the anime convention video that I did. It was 35 minutes long. I don't know whether you watched that. It was freaking long, but you know, I would like to prefer to do more kinds of video like that. And then there was another video I did. It was the cafe testing. So basically I went to a cafe the collaboration. They had a Bang Dream collaboration for a month. So during that whole month, I tried out everything in the menu, and I made it into a video. So yeah, so these are the kind of ideas I want to branch out to into more interesting ideas. Let's say, I'll be talking about this in the next point, in the next question, but there will be this event that I want to branch out, and I want to make this into a video, although I am very skeptical about it because I don't want to show my face. So I'll probably get a work way around it, but we'll see how it goes for that video. And then maybe the next few videos would be unboxing probably, or maybe more informational videos, such as if I go on the event, I'll probably do another video. And I've been thinking for a while, because I don't know if you know, but I write reviews of games and movies. So at one point of time, I kinda plan to make one of those reviews voiced and as a video itself, but that is I'm still thinking about it, because that takes a lot of work, more than an informational video. I have to get gameplay video, I have to get the right attitude to if the game is bad, I have to shit on the game, right? So I have to get the correct attitude, but my voice sounds like everybody is gonna start laughing at the voice when I start raging. So I'm still thinking about it, but more informational videos, I guess. And for podcasting, I guess not really much of a future idea for podcast. It's just more of this, Burb's Nest, just the same old Burb's Nest. Just it's just the same kind of thing. But honestly, there was an idea in the past that I'll call it the future, because honestly, it was in the past and the future is now. Sounds very confusing, I know. So when I first started this podcast back, I thought of the previous time we did Burb's Nest, that shit was not a good format at all, because we straight away, like, my motive for the Burb's Nest was to get to know people better, but I keep asking like definite questions. So I felt that was like a very not a good way to get to know people better, especially if they have their interests. It'd be more fun to learn about other people's interests than to just ask a specific question like, what do you think of football? Like, I feel that wasn't a really good thing for me, at least. So I decided to, like, at that pass, I was thinking in the future of this podcast, I should be like, okay, section 1, we should do general discussion about our topics that we want to talk about, or what we are more passionate about. And then, of course, the second one will still be the same, which is asking each other questions. We have questions for each other. You ask me, I ask you. That would be more fun this way, compared to like having strict questions all the way. That was the future idea I branched out into. And I guess I'm glad it went this way, because I think this is a more productive, more nicer podcast to hear to, compared to answering questions all the goddamn time, which is like it's just not a good thing for me. So yeah, so future ideas for the podcast, not really. I think the podcast is as good as it is now and where it is now. So I just hope to get more guests, I guess.
Oh, okay. I definitely see a lot of passion towards YouTube. I can see it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Next question. Yeah.
Next question. What would you say has your biggest attention right now, and why?
So this previous event I was talking about, it was okay. So long story short, I think I've said this during the previous episode for people who've heard it, but long story short, I bought a Bang Dream CD for this band called Popping Party. They had this recent concert. In Japan, concerts, right? They are raffles, right? They are not like, you can't just buy the tickets. You can't be the first one to see at Ticketmaster.com and just wait for the tickets to come up, then you press them and buy. That's just not how it works in Japan. Japan, everything is a gacha. In each CD you have a code. So this code is your lottery ticket, basically. So you insert this code into the E Plus account. This is what they call the Japan concert account. You insert it there, and then you pray to any god that you have that you win the thing, because it's like gacha, it's like lottery. You insert a number and pray that you win. So it's the same thing. So of course it works for the more CDs you buy, the more codes you get, and the more chance you will win. But for me, because I'm so broke, I bought one CD, I bought one Blu-ray, right? And of course, the Blu-ray had a code that came with it. So I put in the code, and I won the concert. I won for the concert. So yeah, that's right. And Popping Party is like my favorite band. So obviously, it's a really good honor. Like, I felt really lucky. So yeah, that was the biggest thing I'm looking forward to, because it's also held in the Budokan. Do you know where's Budokan?
I feel like I've heard that.
Yeah, it's a very big stadium, but the only problem is the concert's held half of the Budokan. So it's a bit disappointing, but I guess any concert is a good concert for me, especially because this is my first concert too, and I'll be getting the front seats too. So I think
heck yeah.
Yeah, I think I would have a lot of fun. So I want to like capture my experience, but at the same time, because I'll be going out with a group of friends, I also don't want to like reveal their identities everywhere. So it's very hard to like film this kind of thing. Yeah, so I'm still thinking of filming it, but maybe I'll just be like talking about my experience, but I'll just put some pictures in there with some gameplay video, and that should be it. But it'll be obviously more fun to film like a real life video, like I'll take around the area and talk about stuff like that. It's really more fun that way. But it will all come down, and it depends when I will be able to do that. But the biggest attention I have is basically the concert that I'm having in next May. Yes, next May. So I'm going to Japan next May.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So front seat concert. So that's what I'm looking forward to right now. That's the biggest attention that's in me.
Oh, congratulations. I know Poppin' Party. That one's good. I like that group.
Oh, hell yeah. Damn.
Yeah. I was in Bang Dream once upon a time.
Oh shit, really? Damn, you didn't tell me about that.
Yeah, I actually watched the anime for it.
Oh damn.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I really liked God, what? It was funny because like I quit like halfway through season 2, but I really liked, I think her name was Misaki.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She's like the one who wears the bear suit. Like I really liked her a lot. Like she was stood out, but I really loved the first season. I really loved like those girls in it. They're really great.
Yeah, the Michelle one was a fan favorite. It's a fan favorite, so I think a lot of people liked it also. A lot of people like Misaki, including me. I like Misaki
Yeah.
too.
Let's go. Okay.
Do you know in Popping Party, right? Who's your favorite member?
In Poppin' Party, oh, probably. God. Cause I know. Hold on, I gotta think of like the members now.
Okay, wait. I'll give
she's the one with the ponytail. I remember that.
the ponytail. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, is it the drummer?
Yeah, I think she was the drummer. Yeah.
Yeah, it was called Saya.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I loved her. She was my favorite.
Ah, okay. Yeah, she's a really nice character too. Honestly, no, I love all of Popping Party, but I think my favorite. I probably posted a lot, but it was the keyboardist. So Arisa,
Yeah.
the tweet tails one.
Don't you have a figurine of her?
I don't have a figurine of her, but I have a Nendoroid and I have countless acrylic stands. I even have a plush. So
I probably saw an acrylic stand or something. I feel like I've seen you have a merchandise of her somewhere.
yeah,
I was
you
like,
did.
yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, you did. Because I posted a birthday photo for her earlier this year. I think October, which was, you probably have seen it. But yeah, that's how much I like the whole band and Arisa itself. But these days Bang Dream have a lot more anime that's out, the newer ones. So I think now is a better time to get into Bang Dream, because now I think the animes are way better than before. But of course, if you're stuck at season 2 because everybody else is like dropped off at season 2 too, I know a lot. I know a lot of people who dropped off at season 2 because they think the season 2 thing is very unnecessary. I agree, but I was there for Popping Party, so I
And to support the girlies.
hell yeah, of course,
That
for
is
sure,
funny.
for sure. Right.
Okay, next question. Do you have any stories you recommend? If so, what is very compelling about them?
Depends on what stories. Are you talking about actual stories or are you talking about fanfic?
I give it either one.
Fanfic, I would say there was this one story that got me into Love Life. We talk about this because my friend was the writer for this. She I knew her only after I read the story. Like we managed to create a group and stuff. Like we're still friends now. And it's, I don't know whether you heard the name. It's a Koto Umi fic, by the way, on fanfiction.net. It's called Baby Maybe. Have you heard of that?
I think I have you recommended it before?
I think I have. It was by a person named Minami Chun.
I think I might have. Oh god,
Yeah,
there was a point where I was super into Koto Umi. I probably read it and like blacked out.
Yeah. It was a really good Koto Umi fic. I mean, it's not the best writing, but I loved it a lot. And I really loved it a lot. And yeah, that was the one of the few. I would say the next one is, I don't know which one is it from it's from your side, but I don't know which one is it. I can't remember. But I know one of your fics, like, it was really nice. I think it was the one where you had YouRiko and Shizuka together. The parenting one. The parenting one, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that one was really good though. That one was like super fantastic. When I first read it, I was like, wow, it's so cute.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, because like, you know, I usually read your works most of the time. Like, you know, sometimes when I don't have like things to do, I'll just go back to like read, especially that fic.
Oh, thank you.
That fic was like really good. And then I think, of course, this is a no-brainer. I think Hellfire is also good, honestly.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, because I think Hellfire is one of the very rare fics that I get to see a Love Live horror. Very rare. Yeah. I don't know how you came up with that idea, but it was pretty goddamn amazing. I'm not gonna lie.
I leave it all to Darky. He came up with the idea, and I was like, you know what? I'll help you with that.
Which is a good idea because, you know, Hellfire has been talked a lot these days. Even when your fic is like a good 4 or 5 years ago, it's still being talked about to this day, and I think it should be an honor for you, right? Because a lot, I've seen a lot of my like acquaintances talk about Hellfire. Like, you know, they say, oh, what's the one fic you recommend? Oh, it's Love Live Hellfire.
Yeah. That is definitely an honor. Sometimes, like, when people will like tweet about it, sometimes Darky will send me the tweet and he's like, hey, look, they're still talking about it. I'm like, oh wow, that's really crazy, honestly.
Yeah, it is so crazy because you literally created something. You two literally created something that's like out of the box. No one expected it, but it was so good that because no one expected it and it was so good, that's why it made a very big splash on it. And that's why I think it still has that impact on people's minds, especially, you know, doing a Love Life with horror, which nobody would have expected, and doing it so well. You probably wouldn't, like, you know, like, everybody would just remember it for life at this point.
Oh, that'd be nice.
But is it like one of the favorite fics that you worked on?
I want to say like for building and everything, yeah, definitely. I feel like though if I reread it, I probably wouldn't like it because I feel like when I wrote it, I was still very early in writing. Like I was still in my first year, so I feel like if I read it now, I would have a lot more critiques for myself.
That's true. But everybody, you know, like when they're young, they don't write very well. Oh my god.
Yeah,
they don't write very well, but as they go on, then they're like, oh, you know what? This work looks like shit. Oh, it's by me. Yo.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's what. Yeah, I really did like writing it. It was a lot of fun. Lots of fun.
I can imagine that for sure. Of course, I would like to toot my own horn. Of course, not really, but I like to read my own soldier game fic.
Ooh.
Yeah, for sure. I think your help really made it so much better, and the premise itself for me, I think it's really, really good. And I think I feel like it's the proudest work I've done so far, because Yeah, because like honestly, coming up with so long of a fic, it's crazy that I even managed to finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's action too, so it's like a lot of action scenes. The last time I've written action was like 2019, so it was a bit refreshing to get back into action once again, and actually have real fighting, like a lot of fighting things in there
Yeah.
and stuff. So yeah, Soldier Game is one of my favorites too. Of course, that I think after that, I would say not really my absolute favorite, but I think it's a pretty good read. Is the Soldier Wars by J Stone Ed. Heard of that? I think everybody has heard of that by this point. Like I'm sure everybody and your mom knows what this fic is. Because I've seen
Soldier Wars.
Yeah, Soldier Wars, correct. Yeah, so the impact was so strong that there was a TV tropes page for it. Yeah, in case you didn't know that. Yeah, that's how you know it got popular at this very point, and that's my aim for writing at this point, is to get a TV tropes page for one of my fics.
The dream. Oh goodness.
The dream. Definitely the dream, but it's not a definite dream. I mean, it's fine if I don't have it. I just like writing, so for me, I'm fine with anything. But if I have it, or if someone like recommends my fic to others, whoa, that'll be an honor. Honestly, that'll be really nice. But,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
for sure. So yeah, that's more or less the stories I recommend. Oh wait, I don't know whether anime is considered a story. Is anime considered a story?
If you want it to be, yeah.
Okay. As I was talking about, Bang Dream release like good stuff and all this. I would say Bang Dream, it's My Go. You probably have heard of it. It's the new My Go band and stuff. I don't know whether you heard of it, but I don't think you're into Bang Dream anymore. So it's this new band where everybody's like hyped over this band right now, and including me. I love this band a lot, and I've also made a lot of friends thanks to this band. So I think this band has really been a good one. But the anime was the one that stuck with me, because this is one of the animes where I sat down every night just to watch the new episode. So it's like, and the story is really freaking good too. So I couldn't recommend it enough to you. If you're able to watch it, just watch it. It's really, really good. You don't even need to watch the previous Bang Dream to know. This is like a completely new thing, but there's cameos from like the older Bang Dream characters. But you not necessarily need to watch those Bang Dream ones. You can just watch this as a standalone, and it will still make more sense to you.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there'll be 2 other stories I recommend. Short. I'm gonna go a bit faster on this. Quintessential Quintuplets. I like the story. It's harem, I know. I get it, but I like the story a lot. I think it's a pretty nice story to go through, honestly. The 5 girls and stuff. I think the girl chosen wasn't my favorite, but it's okay. And then yeah, and then there was Perfect Blue. I don't know if you heard of the movie before. Have you heard of Perfect Blue before?
Yes, I've seen that one.
That is a fucking amazing movie.
It's really good.
I fucking love the story that's in there. The plot is in there. It's amazing, because the fact that Satoshi Kon predicted the future in like 1998 is freaking crazy. It's so surreal, honestly. I just can't believe it. Yeah, okay, and one more addition. Wow, there's so many additions that I have to add. Obviously, Sekano. I like Sekano. It's harem, I get it, but I like the game making part of the thing. It's really compelling sometimes, the story. It's more of like emotions. Also, there is game making stuff, and the story I think is pretty good too. So if you can give Sekano a try, I think it's also pretty good. Warning, it has a lot of fan service though, so might not be might not be interesting to other people, but I don't look out for the fan service. I just look out for the plot itself, the story. So I think that's all the stories. It's a lot of stories, but I think these are the most compelling ones. Oh, and Kaguya-sama. Hey, I forgot. I remembered Kaguya-sama. The whole story is freaking amazing. Like Kaguya-sama, fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, that's all. Okay. That's all. So many stories. Alright.
Alright, your next question. Hold on, before you go on to the next question, I looked up the My Go one for Big
Yeah.
Dream. I've seen those
Yeah.
girls before. I
Oh.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah. The
I
music
haven't
is good
watched
too.
the
You
anime.
should,
I never watched the
Okay.
anime, but I've seen a lot about them.
you should watch it and listen to their music. Freaking
Oh, okay.
fantastic.
I'll put that on
They
my
just
list.
they just released an album like today, like
Oh dang.
13 hours ago. So it now is the best time to listen.
When it's still
Hell
fresh.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, your next question. How did you know you wanted to write action stories? And do you ever think about dabbling in another genre, like horror or anything?
Honestly, action fics are something that I've written in the past before. It's just like let's say I think my second fic itself online was also about action, but it was poorly written action. If I'm gonna be honest with you, it's just
Oh,
horrible ass actions. The time I took action seriously was Soldier Game, because that was when I got a lot more knowledge on writing than ever. And I've always seen action films, and I like action films, especially those like martial arts one. Like let's name a few here: Ip Man, John Wick, The Raid. Have you heard any of these? I'm sure you've heard John Wick before.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think John Wick was my main inspiration when I started Soldier Game, because the fighting scenes look really cool, and Keanu Reeves is just a man of stature and power. Damn,
Yeah.
So it's like yeah, I really wanted to start on action. I wanted to start writing action again because I've been writing slice of life for like the past few times before Soldier Game. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I should try a little bit of like action here and there. Start out with a bit, and then it went into a whole full ass action fig. So, wow. Yeah. But it's fun, honestly. It was fun because getting to know what moves there were, and then of course naming the parts where I couldn't name with scientific names that you that you don't know.
Yeah. Too
Half the
advanced
time
for
you're
me.
ju- Yeah, you half the time you're asking me what the hell is a poppy-tail fossil. I'm pretty sure you're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just another name for the back. I think the back of your leg joint. I think. Yeah, it's like that sweaty part of that area, that leg
Yeah.
you have there. Yeah, it's that part. But it's just I had to. I can't just say the sweaty part of your leg. So I had to come up with the scientific names, and that was where I came up with all the. Not I came up with. I searched Google for the names, and
Yeah.
it took a lot. That took a lot of work too, because you gotta get it right. You gotta get it exactly right. And action, it has to be believable. It's like, all those like films where you arm chop a person's neck and they fucking go unconscious. That's not gonna fucking happen in real life. You chop my neck, I'm gonna just slap your face, but that's
Yeah.
you're not gonna fucking knock out from there, right? So it has to be. My main part for Suji Game is it has to be realistic. Like John Wick realistic. It doesn't have to be super realistic. You seen the finale of the chapter. You're asking me, how the fuck did the villain survive for so long after fighting for like a fucking million years, right? I remember that comment very clearly, because you're telling me like, wow, this poor guy, he's still fighting them after so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, but you gotta make the villain strong before you make him like weak, something like that. So it's just more like make it believable, but if it's too realistic, it's not gonna be fun. So I made it a bit more unrealistic, just to make sure that it looks more fun to read, more fighting and stuff. And yeah, the fighting thing is just a lot of John Wick movies, a lot of like other martial artist films and stuff. And after all of that, and I just combine all the moves I see together, and that's how mostly it goes for action stories. And I find it the most fun because short story here, I have as much as you will not want if you hear it, you will not believe your own ears, but I have a Zootopia racing fanfiction.
I would have never believed that in my life. What?
Yeah. I know a lot of people don't believe it now, just because it sounds so ridiculous. But the main inspiration for that was because I watched Fast and Furious a lot, and he had actions too. And at that point of time, what's the newest film that I loved? Zootopia. So what would it be better to just combine two things I love together? So it just became Zootopia Racing. Wow. And with a little bit of a bit of action in there.
I respect it so much. Like I would have never thought about that, but I love that. I love that.
Yeah. And the funniest part is that I made 6 fics for that.
Oh my god.
7.
Incredible. You're incredible.
Yeah, I'm planning to like reboot the franchise for that, but I don't know when I should. But if I reboot it, it'll obviously be written better. But still,
Yeah.
it'd be crazy, right? Yeah, I know. A lot of people never expected this. They'll be like, "What the fuck, Zootopia and racing? What the fuck's wrong with you?" Yeah, but that was the first, I think, one of the few times I dabbled in action. So I kind of found fun in writing that. So that's why I came back to action, because I felt the certain way for action films, and I really had an interest in action films. So it's more or less which action I'm going to do, and this time it was martial arts. So yeah, that's why I decided to write action stories like that. So I really liked it, and the actions are all very nice. And so about dabbling in another genre, so far I've only dabbled in slice of life. That's pretty much it. Horror, I don't think I'll be really good at it as much as I want to try it out. I've thought of a lot of horror ideas also. Even my own original fics, I've thought of ideas, but in the end, I don't think I could really portray out the horror elements, the scariness. So I'll just be like revealing everything beforewards, and then I'll be like, what the fuck is this, man? I can't do a horror fic, man. It's probably impossible, and I'm also like a shit scared pants of a horror. I can't take horror at all, man. That's why I would not really write horror at all. But I've written like science fiction and stuff, so I think dabbling in other genres could be fun. But I need to have the expertise in that before I try to start writing, and I need to know what it's all about before I start writing. So that's how the dabbling in genre goes.
Okay. Interesting.
Next question.
Your next question. If you could publish any fic as a book, which one would you choose? It could be a short one or a long one, whatever you want.
Soldier Game. I don't
Soldier
think
Game.
this is a competition. Yeah, this is not a competition for sure. I like Soldier Game too much. I think it's way too good. Honestly,
It's your baby.
it's too good. Yeah, I like the Koto Umi scenes I've written in the fic, so that's a big plus.
Respectable.
For sure. Yeah.
All right. Now, quick and easy. All right. Do you find yourself enjoying writing the story premise or writing like character ships?
I think the story premise would be better, because I think the story is what hooks the people in. If you're just writing the ships just for hooking people in, that would not be a good story at all. So I feel that writing the premise would be so much better. Like when people read it, people will be like, wow, okay, this story is like not bad at all. So that's what my goal is, instead of just writing like known ships to like everybody. Let's say my What Future Lies Ahead, right? My first LL fic, it had Maki Nico, but I think everybody read it because there was Maki Nico and not because of the story. That's why it gotten like so high views. It's because of Maki Nico, and I know Maki Nico is a very famous pairing. So for Soldier Game, I decided to go with Maki Honoka instead, because I think that was I felt that was a more relatable pairing to me compared to Maki Nico. But of course, Maki Nico is still a good pairing. I'm not gonna lie, right? It's just, I think, having a rare pair. I mean, technically, Maki Honoka is not a rare pair anymore at this point. A lot of people start writing Maki Honoka. It's just I like Maki Honoka, and I think it's a rarer pair than Maki Nico. Right, so obviously, spoiler alert. I mean, those who are hearing this, which I don't think a lot of people are hearing it anyways, but spoiler alert, there'll be Nozo Ellie in Soldier Game sequel. So I mean,
Yeah.
You know, there definitely will be more views because I'll be putting Nozo Ellie in there anyway. So yeah,
Nice.
so but yeah, I think the story premise is much more enjoyable. I like putting ideas more out than the relationships, but it will obviously be fun to write relationships. You know, like my soldier game fake, my Koto Umi relationship. I enjoyed writing that, and my Maki Honoka one, well, I especially enjoyed that too. So you know, I think ships can be fun, but I prefer writing the story compared to the ships.
Okay. And your final question. Yeah, final question. What would you say is a reason, like, that's kept you writing so long? Considering you're like one of the most consistent writers I know.
Well, I think it's because I really like writing as much as I don't like the process of writing, but I still there's like a fun element in writing. It's like you're getting to express your ideas to the world and let people see your ideas. And I think, you know, some of the ideas that I have in my mind, I think they are really really good to me. So I really want to share them with the world. And obviously, I like writing like my favorite characters. Of course, that's a fan fiction kind of thing. Everybody likes writing their favorite characters in there, you know.
Yeah.
And more or less, writing is the one that keep me sane because I could read back my fics and I would enjoy it because, you know, they are my fics after all, right? And
Yeah.
as much as the writing is very shitty, the plot is still there. I think the plot is pretty great, especially like now I've re-edited my Love Live fic and now Soldier Game. So like I read back those sometimes and I think, wow, you know, it's actually like really nice to see, you know, these stories, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, I've written them and I'm just like self-glazing myself. But other than that, you know, like, like I read other people's works too, and I think, wow, they're actually like, you know, really, really nice. So, you know, writing is like a contribution, I would say, of sorts, you know. It's just like I'm contributing to the franchise. It's my way of contributing to the franchise because that's the only thing I can do besides buying merchandise. So, and I think it's been in me since young, you know, writing. I've never stopped like writing at all. At one point in time, I've never ever stopped writing at all. I could like not be publishing for months, but that doesn't mean I've ever stopped writing at all. Because I just really love, as much as I hate the process, I also love the process of writing. So it's like a love-hate relationship, you know. Like people have love-hate relationship with money, I have love-hate relationship with writing. Honestly,
I feel that.
yeah, it's just, you know, writing has been a very big part of my life, and also because of writing, because I'm quite a sentimental person. Through writing, I've learned a lot of like new stuff. I've got a lot of new friends, and because of the franchise I'm writing for, I've also got the new friends, like a lot of new other friends. So you can say writing is like a bridge for me to connect with other people too at the same time, besides all those comments and kudos on my fic, right? So you know, at the end of the day, it's about passion, it's about the sentimental stuff, and it's about the actual process of writing, you know. Just the coming up with the plots, coming up with the ideas, sharing them with the world. It's all very nice for me. I think it's very, very meaningful in a way.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. So it's your favorite. Do you like writing? do you think that you like writing a lot?
It's like I do love writing. It's probably one of my favorite things to do because you're right. It is like expressing yourself. But my God, like it's like because I have like an idea for like long fics, but it's like I just think of the best parts first. I hate writing around it, you know.
I agree. Long fics is very hard to write, especially like because you need to have a lot of chapters for that. It's like wow. You're like, wow, I thought one chapter is my shit, and you know, asking me to do multiple chapters, hell nah, man.
Yeah, no.
Nah, but
That's why
for
I
me,
love one shots.
Yeah, but for me, my main thing is multi-chapter. So writing a one shot can be a bit hard for me. I know it sounds very funny.
Yeah.
Never heard a person struggle writing one shots, but then he don't struggle writing a freaking 40 chapter fic.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy, right? Yeah, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. So now it's my questions to you. Yay. And it's 2 hours. Wow.
Yeah.
This might be longer than Daya's episode though. I'm not gonna
Heck
lie.
yeah.
Hell yeah. So, my first question to you is, what is the one underrated anime you would recommend people to watch, and what is your favorite franchise of all time?
Okay, so an underrated anime. I don't know if it'd be underrated, but I really liked Powerpuff Girls Z growing up. Like,
Oh,
like the Powerpuff Girls anime. I thought it was really good because I really love like growing up watching like magical girl kind of things. But it's funny, I didn't watch Sailor Moon, but I watched that, and I watched like Tokyo Mew Mew and like stuff like that, you know, where they like these girls with superpowers. So I would really recommend that one. It's a definite twist on the Powerpuff Girls story that like everybody knows. God, I really loved it when I was a kid. I loved Buttercup. She was so cool. Um, but my favorite franchise of all time probably gotta be. I would probably say. I feel like Love Live has really kept me in for so long. Like, I just really enjoy it.
so
I just love
Live.
YouRiko.
I thought it would be the Atachi one though, the Yui one that you have been saying like the past few times before.
Yeah, I really do love that. Is that considered a franchise?
I have no idea to be honest.
If it is, I would say that actually. Actually, I own the novels and the manga.
Then
Like,
that would be your favorite. Fuck it, that would be your favorite. I don't give a shit if it's a franchise. Forget it. That would be your favorite.
Yes, that. Oh my god, I love Adachi so much. She's so cute. Ah, I
so
reread
funny.
the chapters all the time.
I can relate to that. If you like the thing so much, you will go back to just reread it. I can relate to that. You know, fun fact, I didn't really like Yui at first, but after like there was a lot of Love Live stuff, then the Yui started coming in. I was like, so every girls anime I see, I'll be like, can the girls kiss? Can the girls just kiss, please? Can they just fucking kiss already, man? God damn it! Stop making me sit here and wait for nothing, man.
Literally, oh my god. I think they're on like volume 6 now of Adachi Shimamura, and they finally got together. This has been like 2-3 years them writing the manga.
Oh hell yeah, man!
I was like screaming when it finally happened. Oh my god.
Yeah, cause I read a bit of it also. So wow, they got together. Wow,
Yes.
damn, shit.
I never thought
Finally.
they would get there.
Oh my god, finally, man. It's so long.
Yes.
Finally, they got to the step there. Holy shit. Alright, the next question. You have been a very big Yo fan. So is there anyone else from any other anime that would like rank better than her? Why or why not?
Probably. Shoot. Like, honestly, I feel like Yo is like really big in my heart, but at the same time, I don't like anime Adachi, but I love manga Adachi. I think she could be a tough competitor to Yo. Like, I just find both of them very adorable, and they both have a hard time expressing their feelings. So, like, to me, that is like really cute.
That's very true. I think Yo is cute.
Yeah, so I think like that, which is kind of funny because they both have short hair. I have a thing for like characters with short hair. Like they're great to me. But yeah, honestly, I would put both of them like head to head. They're really great.
Okay. Wow. All right. So I would like to ask. This is just a fun question. I'll just like to ask. What is your favorite Yo song?
My favorite Yo song, probably. Ooh. It wasn't Beginner Sailing. It was the one after Beginner Sailing.
Oh, Tokuzenga.
Yeah, I really like that one actually. It was very fun and upbeat. I love fun and upbeat songs. Like that is like my thing. Beginner Sailing was good, but I feel like her whole thing. She's all about sailing. I know it, girl. I know it. So like getting a little tiny twist, I was like, yes, okay, that's cute. I like that.
No, to be fair, I also like Tokuzenga. I'm a big fan. When I first listened to the song, I think I was really hooked onto it.
Yeah,
it's
really
a really
cute.
good song. Yeah. Okay, the next one. I think you have played all 3 main Love Live games, which is the SIF, Sifas, and SIF 2. Do you play SIF 2?
I don't
No,
even
you haven't.
remember. I don't think
No,
I did. I like blacked out in the end, honestly.
Okay, so it's between Sif and Sifas, which is your favorite and why?
Sif. I like you can't beat the original. I love tap games. They're like ingrained in me. Like I enjoyed when we got the 3D aspect of it and got to like watch the little videos. But after a while, it kind of got boring, you know, because it's like the same songs over and over again, and you could put on like the auto feature. But like
That's
for
true.
Sif, you had to be skilled. You had to be dedicated. Like I had to like teach myself how to like finally full combo like expert and stuff. Like that is a game you put effort in, and I really enjoyed that.
That's true. That's true. Honestly, because I think the hardest part for me, because I was a bank dream, I am a bank dream player still. So it's like the straight line tapping instead, right? So curve tapping for Sif was very hard for me at first because I had to use like 9 fingers to go pop 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 pop, pop, and it was like freaking hard.
Yeah.
Especially you can't play it like portable. You have to put it down on the table and actually tap on the table. You can't bring it out and play it on the portable, or you get fucked beyond belief. You will probably like just fail the song altogether.
Literally.
And it took me about 4 years to finally FC Soldier Game Expert. It took, because Soldier Game Expert is a freaking horrible chart. It's like a wow. I think if you played the chart, you know how bad it was. It was just it's just horrendous. And I've FC'd that, and I was like, wow, I'm so proud of myself. Holy shit.
Dude, that was a great game. I loved it.
But I see that on SIF2, which was the same as SIF1. It just had more songs. So, SIF2 was just a letdown, honestly. But we're not getting to that. I've already spoken about that like too many times. I believe. I fucking hate SIF2 because it destroyed Sifas, the game that I was actually interested in, and then it came out with no less the same as Sif. So it was just a bad game. Imagine just announcing the release date and the shutdown date for your freaking game in the same tweet. Can't be
That
pushy,
was wild.
am I right?
Literally.
Yeah. So, number 4. We are all writers, right? And we have been a writer podcast for years. So, and you also have been my proofreader for very, very long, which I have the honor and the pleasure of. What or who inspired you to start writing, and what is your first work?
So what inspired me to start writing was the fact that there was no YouRiko fics being published. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, I think like when I got into them, there was probably only like one YouRiko fic every like month or two, and they weren't even long or anything. Like they were probably like maybe like 500 words, and it's like, man, this sucks. Like I want more out there. So I'd actually read a fic on Tumblr for somebody called XCammy, and they wrote a YouRiko fic, and it was so good, like so. It's like I want to say how I write YouRiko is a lot how they wrote YouRiko. Like they just made them so domesticated, like they were just naturally in love. So I took that inspiration and the fact that there were no YouRiko fics, and I just like threw up YouRiko everywhere. So
Damn.
that is what got me into writing. And my first work ever was a fan fiction for a girl group called Fifth Harmony. But I deleted it actually. Like,
Oh my god, why do you delete it, man? We should all see it together, You should see how far you have improved from your young age to now.
honestly, I think I wrote it when I was like 16 too. Like I was really young. I actually deleted it because it was on Wattpad. That's how old it was. And, what was it? I had a friend who was into Wattpad too, and she followed me on there, and my fanfiction was still on it, so I had to delete it before she read it. But technically my first fic that's still published and still out right now is a Watanabe Valentine, which was just a little Valentine's Day gift, which I don't even think it was published on Valentine's Day, but I wrote it for YouRiko.
How about for the next publishing you published the Fifth Harmony story.
I've tried looking for it. I don't know where it is anymore.
What? Come on, man. We can't lose a gem like that, man. Come on.
I
need
know.
to see it.
If I swear, if I find it, I will publish it again.
Hell yeah, man.
I have to know what it was, because I don't even remember the storyline of it or anything. But God, it was. I remember I took time and effort on it though. So that was my first story.
Every story is with time and effort. But wow, your Fifth Harmony shit. I have got to read it, man. I have got to read it. What?
Oh God.
All right. So, you do a lot of writing. So, what is your favorite aspect of writing? And is there a favorite or memorable experience of you writing?
My favorite aspect of writing is honestly, so when you're writing, you do the rough draft and then you do the second look through. So in the second look through, it's when you add more detail to scenes and characters, personalities. I love doing that. Because rough draft, you just you have to throw it up on the paper. It's okay, here's all my ideas. It's whatever. But when you're really going through it and you're okay, I want this person to be sad when they do this, so let me put basically more personality to them. That's my favorite part about writing, honestly. But my favorite memorable experience of writing, probably it'd probably be around the time I was writing for Hellfire. At the time, I had a laptop. I don't have one anymore. I should get one again. But I had a laptop at the time, and I would be in my room and I'd be typing pages and pages and pages. And I remember people would come in my room and they would be all I ever hear is you typing, And to me, it was just a memorable thing, because it was I was so passionate about it. It's that's all I did in my free time. I was just writing any little thing I could do. So it was little, but it was kind of something I always remember. That was the most passion I ever had for anything, for writing.
So yeah, that really shows in the fic, not gonna lie. But you said that you have no laptop. So what are you recording on?
I have a computer now.
Oh, okay. Wow, you scared my ass, bro. So you were just saying you're recording it on a phone.
No. Actually, now when I write little stories and stuff, I actually write it in my notes app, on my phone. I have 536 notes.
536.
That's literally how much I'm always writing. But the thing is, I get bored writing on my phone, so I start it and then I quit.
Oh my God! You should just have more dedication to it. At least we'll get something new from you in half a year.
Yeah, half a year. Yeah, when I finally get that laptop, I'll go ahead and do it.
Shit, man. Okay. So you have made a lot of work throughout the years for sure. So what is your favorite work that you've made? Any favorite tropes and any works in progress?
My favorite work I've made probably gotta be honestly, it's not finished at all, but no, actually I lied. I gotta say my Dragon Ball one actually was my favorite one I made. It was a Dragon Ball YouRiko. I had bounced the idea off of Rob, and cause he, we watched Dragon Ball Z together, so I would throw out the idea about YouRiko, the Saiyans and that stuff, and so then we were kind of bounce back and forth, and we'll watch the anime, and we're Yo could do this, Riko could do this, and basically kind of that bouncing back and forth created that little story, and it was just a one shot, but it was so much thought behind it that I really like it, honestly.
Wait, so is it online now though?
Yeah,
Oh, it is? Okay, I think I'll go read it later, I guess. So you tagged it with Love Live and Dragon Ball, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go read it.
It was called The Love of Two Saiyans.
Okay, I shall read it later. I think I've seen it. I think I've seen it, but I'll probably read it later then.
Go read my stories. Okay. My favorite trope probably gonna be friends to lovers. That is immaculate. You can never beat friends to lovers. I do not care. I do not like enemies to lovers. Friends to lovers all the way. My favorite trope forever. As for works in progress.
Oh, you have 536 or 534, right? I'm sure of that.
Yeah, I have a lot of work in progress.
A lot is an understatement.
Yeah. I gotta say though, right now the latest thing I've been working on is actually one of my stories for Dungeons and Dragons, because like I've created these characters, and like basically like it's like I made these characters, and like in the game they don't really talk much about their own personal backstory, but I write it for myself so that I can look back and read it, you know? So like the one I'm writing right now, I'm writing about like her her relationship with her friend that like went sour. So like I'm like writing kind of this like angst behind them.
Ooh.
So that's kind of like what I've been doing. I do want to get back on my zombie YouRiko fic though.
Oh, you haven't completed that at all though. But
I know it's a bad.
it's okay. You can take your time, man. Long fic is very hard and requires a lot of dedication to finish them. So it's like it's a bit hard. Yeah. So take your time, honestly, because I only concentrate on long fic. So for me, it's not a problem. But if you like one shot, I think long fic can be just like wait out for a while.
Yeah.
Honestly. But fun fact for me. My favorite trope would be angst. Angst and fluff. Yeah.
Those are good ones. Honestly, I like angst too, actually.
If angst is written really well, I think I might have fallen in love with that shit, man. Like for real. Like if the angst is written like freaking well. Because Minami Chun, the author I read, I stated earlier, she gave me a birthday present for 3 years ago. It was a angst fic. Yeah. I read it. It was pretty good. It was actually fantastic though. I should have put that in my favorite works, but honestly that one was like, wow, that is so good. But the angst is so strong. Goddamn, on my birthday no less.
Oh, that's a good stuff.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's freaking crazy, honestly. But I think fluff is also nice. Honestly, fluff is really good. It's so comfy.
Yes.
Alright, let's go to the next question. This question, I think you have fun. You have been one of the most famous figures, or dare I say, biggest representative of the YouRiko nation. Your influence is so strong that it could make everybody and anybody love YouRiko, which includes me. So how does that honor feels like, representing a pair and enabling more people to enjoy YouRiko?
Honor is through the roof. I would say that. I've definitely seen like people say like they've read my fics and they'll be like, yeah, like I really like YouRiko more because I read it. So like when I see stuff like that, I am very much highly honored, and I still think back to like the ex-Cami girl who wrote the YouRiko fic, because I'm just like, that's like pretty much like they got me into YouRiko. So like other people reading my stuff and saying I got them into YouRiko is like, wow, I did what somebody inspired me to do, like it's just so crazy. I really love it.
So you want to thank your benefactor for inspiring you to start this YouRiko movement. Wait, do you still have a link though?
For
Tumblr or wherever she's on?
Yeah, she's still like her stories are still there. She doesn't write YouRiko anymore though. Like it's done, it's okay. Past.
Just, if you can find the link, then you can just send it to me later, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there's more to the question. do you plan to contribute more to YouRiko, and do you feel that you'll still be wrapping this pairing up for the next few years, or might you leave it to someone else to carry on the torch?
I can see myself still contributing more because, like I said, I have like all those drafts. Um, Honestly, my contribution though would probably be like crossovers though, because like I said, I really love the Dragon Ball Z and YouRiko. Like that, I felt like that one was really fun to make. Because like
Yeah.
I've written a lot of like love stories for them, so it's kind of like I've kind of like diluted like that. I don't even know what it's called, but like I like diluted that like market, so it's kind of like when I could put them in other things, I'm like, okay, yeah, I can get more ideas off of this. So I can see myself contributing quite a bit more. Obviously when I'm not working and dying out there, but I'll get there eventually. And will I be repping them in the next few years? I feel like yeah. Like, cause like even now, I still like retweet their art. Anytime I sing Pink and Blue, I'm like YouRiko. Like I have to point it out every time I see it. It's so ingrained in me. But
Yeah.
as for like leaving it up to somebody else to take the torch, I would love that. I would love for anybody to like basically want to like represent YouRiko a lot more in like writing fics, creating things. But like I feel like a lot of the people I see, they will like YouRiko for like a couple months and then they kind of like wander off into something else, It's like
That's
you need that full dedication, like I still have them in my bio and like everything I do, like I'm professional YouRiko lover. I would never take that in my bio, So
yeah.
if I could see somebody as dedicated as me to all that, then I would gladly be like, yeah, you are like president of this. But I have not seen it, so I have not called anybody else the president or anything like that.
You're your own president, okay? The president of YouRiko.
Yes, self-proclaimed.
It's okay. I think a lot of people will claim it too. Not gonna lie, people will just claim you to be the president because you're the one pushing all this YouRiko agenda all over, and it's really nice. So I think it's really, really a good thing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Honestly, just now when you're saying you want to combine the franchises together, like let's say Dragon Ball and Love Live. No, I kind of relate to that because I was talking about Zootopia and Racing earlier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's still a funny pairing, okay? You don't get me wrong, but it's still, I'll just get to work when I do it, and yeah, and also even if you were to like really pass the torch on to someone else to do the YouRiko thing, I don't think they would really have as much impact as you do because you're the first person to like really move the movement. I don't think anyone would really be the biggest dedication, have the biggest like dedication to this, or not as much impact as you are. So
thank you.
Yeah, you should feel more proud of that.
Thank you. Honestly, I probably did it during a good time too, when like Love Live was like the most active.
Yeah.
So my timing was perfect for it. So I feel like now if somebody do it, it's kind of like there's not as many people to interact with it,
Correct. And I don't think the things that they would do will come as close to you because you've been doing a lot for YouRiko also. So, it's not something that it could be replicated easily, to be honest. So,
Thank you.
All right, next question. So, as you know, I've always admired your works, and in your proofreading time, you have given me countless advice that helped me in my writing way too much. I think it's like a lot. Yeah. So, what are some tips that you can give to fellow writers, and how do you come up with a work?
Tips I would give to fellow writers. I feel like I always say it. Always say the fic out loud, because like if it sounds awkward when you're saying it, it's gonna sound really awkward when you're reading it. It's kind of like some things are just like not said. I would say mostly like dialogue, like just read it out loud. Like, can you imagine yourself saying this to somebody else without feeling embarrassed? You know, that is my number one thing for it. That, and also like give your characters personality. Like don't just have them like, okay, they reached down to grab this. Like, no, like what was their thought process behind it? Why did they grab it? What, like, basically what emotion do they have behind this like action they're doing, you know? I definitely say those two things. Main one, say it out loud. I always say it out loud. That's my main thing for dialogue. As for coming up with work, honestly, a lot of the things I come up with are inspired off of something else, you know? Like, like I will watch a movie or something, and even if it's just like a little second of something, it's like I love it so much that I kind of like, it's like it plants a seed of an idea, and then next thing you know, I'm writing a whole fic on it, you know? Like,
Yeah.
what was it? So there was one. It was for the latest fic I had for YouRiko, in which it was like a zombie one, and obviously I watch a lot of zombie movies, okay? But this one was in which like they're kind of like trapped in this hotel, and they're like talking to each other through the walls. But the thing was, I actually was inspired from it because I had actually went like it's funny because I went to the Twice concert, and the hotel room I was in had a door that led to another one, and I'm like, that's really weird. And like, so I kept thinking about it, and like, and then I watched the movie Alive, in which like a guy and a girl were talking in these like apartments, but they're talking like across, it was like across the buildings. They weren't next to each other, they were across. So I was thinking, after I watched that, and after I was in the hotel room, I was like, what if those two kind of went together, and instead of being across, they were like hotel rooms next to each other.
Wow.
So those two things, like, it just came together, and next thing you know, I was like writing the whole like, well, this can be this chapter, this chapter, this chapter, and like I had like the whole thing like out. Have I written all of it? No. But like the little instances, you know, like there's inspiration everywhere. So that's what I say. If you see something like, and even if it's just tiniest thing, just write it down. You know, it might grow into something big later.
That's right. It's like the Zootopia and the racing one.
Yeah, you know, like something little can grow into something huge later.
Huge? I don't know whether that's huge. I mean, okay, I guess it had an impact. I guess it's the only. Actually, I think a lot of people know me from the Zootopia fic, so I think it's okay. I guess. But
I think if
man.
you redid it, it would be more popular.
I think it's fine leaving the way it is because it is the magic of shitty writing in there. Right? Some fics are meant to be edited, and some fics are just meant to be left alone. That fic is just meant to be left alone. Just leave it there. It is good in itself. You know, the shitty writing makes up for the actual thing in there. You know? So sometimes you know sometimes you see a thing so shit it actually becomes so good. That's the kind of thing I think for whatever my Zootopia racing fic was.
Oh no.
That's pretty much it. All right. So the next question is I think it's a bit obvious, but I don't know whether it's obvious. But what is your favorite genre of music, and any albums of all time, and any song recommendations?
My favorite genre of music is definitely pop, because a lot of times when I'm listening to my music, it's like when I'm getting ready for work or when I'm driving somewhere, like mostly to work, you know. So I need something upbeat, you know, to keep me going. So I listen to a lot of pop songs, like K-pop, like American pop, J-pop, anything. Like if it's upbeat, I'm down, you know.
Yeah.
As for my favorite album of all time, I would probably have to give it to Random Access Memories from Daft Punk.
Oh, okay. I think a lot of people really like that album a lot.
Yeah, that one was really good. A song recommendation would come off of that album actually.
So what, like Get Lucky?
No.
Use Yourself to Dance?
No, my favorite one is actually Instant Crush.
Oh shit, that song is banger.
Yes, I love it so much.
Oh my god, I love that song too, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, like I heard it at like when I had just like got my first job, and I was like, I remember I was driving to work, and like I basically was like a friend had recommended it to me, and so I was like, oh, let me finally listen to it, and it was just like so. It's such like a memory in my head now, like going to work and hearing that song, my first day, you know. So it's been like my favorite song like forever.
Yeah, I think I really like that song too. To be honest, it's a really nice song. I think I heard it first when the Daft Punk album came out. So I was listening because I think it was the first track of the album, right? So I don't know whether it's the first track. Wait, hold up, let me check. I think it is not.
I don't think so. I want to say like something like Get Lucky would probably be the first one.
Let me try to find it. No, it's called Give Life Back to Music. That's the first one, which I didn't hear what the fuck was that. I can't remember what that sounded like, but okay, Instant Crush was number 5. And then there was Lose Yourself to Dance, and then there was Touch and Get Lucky. I don't know what the fuck is Touch, but anyways, yeah, Instant Crush is a really good song, honestly. So yeah, honestly, yeah, pretty good. Okay, that's a very good song recommendation, honestly. I mean, the song recommendation was for me to go listen to the song, but I've listened to this song before, so so it's okay, all good. It's a good song anyways, right? Shit, there's like construction work outside my house. I don't know whether this will affect my mic, but it's okay, whatever. The next question. You have been on Bob's Nest 3 years ago, right? And currently your previous appearance, which is the episode that you were in before, was the most viewed in Spotify. It's great. Don't know how it goes. Yeah, it's the only episode that went up 100 views.
Nice.
Yeah. So during this 3 years plus, do you think you have changed?
Definitely. Definitely from the past 3 years. Honestly, 3 years ago, I was actually a lot more into writing, obviously. Like I would write at work all the time. Like I never worked, honestly. I just wrote. Now though, I definitely got more serious like at my job in real life, which sucks because like you kind of like I don't really write as much, you know. That's one thing.
That's true.
That's one thing that did change. I didn't personally enjoy, but I will say from 3 years ago, my writing definitely got better. So pros and cons.
Pros and cons. Yeah, same. I think my writing has also changed in 3 years. So no, it's pretty good, I think. So yeah, 3 years is a lot of time, honestly, and yeah, the Burb's Nest has changed too, so it's good. All is good. Alright, so for my last question, what goal do you set to accomplish in the next 5 years?
Ooh, next 5 years, hopefully finally finish that YouRiko fic. Let's see. But in 5 years, I really hope to definitely have more stuff I want to make just like be published, because like I have a lot of stuff that I'm like building, but it's like I just don't release it because I'm like it's not perfect, and that's like a terrible habit of mine. Like before I even release a fic, I have to read it at least 3 times. Like no matter whatever I do, I have to keep like going at it until I think it's perfect. So I hope to like maybe calm that down a bit and like post more. Even if it's not perfect, you know, at least it's just out there. Because I can't have a notes app of 500 things for the rest of my life, you know? Like I really gotta like get these things out there.
I mean, that's true, but honestly, I as a reader myself, I prefer quality over quantity. So I think reading your work before publishing is also a really good thing, because I do that sometimes too, before, like, I know you've proofread my stuff, and then I've re-edited everything according to the changes that you asked me to, but I still reread it before I go back and publish it out, because it's very important to get to know about the quality of your work before you really publish it out. So I think that's a really good step. You shouldn't really be like ditching that away just because you want to post more. I think posting more can be fun, but honestly, I think quality still stands as a good thing. I think that's why your writing still stands out among the rest. It's because not just of YouRiko, but it's the quality in it that is, good compared to, like, if you really rush it out. If you rush it out, I don't think it'll be as good. As any writer should not rush anything out. Like, if I were to rush something out, it wouldn't be as good as if I sit down and start, like, really planning and really doing the whole checking thing.
Yeah.
That's what I feel, But yeah, of course, I really hope to see that you accomplish your goal so that I get to read more of your fics,
Yeah. Oh, that's the number one thing. Getting it out there. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe I should go back to how I was 3 years ago to start writing fanfics at the job again.
But then you won't be able to get enough money.
One day.
It's okay, man. One day, when you're rich enough and you retire from the job, you can start sitting down to start writing.
Oh god, my notes have to be double by then.
It's okay, as long as you got something out, Everybody has, like, a lot of notes. I also have a lot of notes. It's just not a lot as yours, but I mean, still, it's crazy. 500 plus notes is insane. I've never heard a writer with that amount of notes before.
I'm telling you, like I said, any little thing that I feel inspired by, I will take it. Like, my sister, she watches a lot of anime, so sometimes she'll explain plots of animes to me, and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. I write it down in my notes app. So, like, I have a lot of things in there, just, like, random, like, little things, like, I know there was one she was talking about. It's like a doll anime in which they're, like, dolls, basically, like, porcelain dolls made to fight each other, and, like, they're like like, their creators made them, and so they're fighting each other, and if the other one breaks, the winner gets to keep going, and the winner of it all gets to become a real person.
What the fuck is that?
I know, and I was like, that is, like, a really weird premise. But then she was saying how the doll was in love with its creator, and that's why he was trying to become human so that they could be together. And I'm like, oh, what if I made that YouRiko? And I, like, wrote it in my notes app. So that is why I have a lot of random stuff in there.
No, it's okay. I think it's I wouldn't say it's wrong. It's just you have a lot of stuff. So I mean, if you can have one of the ideas out, it'll be good.
Yeah. I always think of that one. That one's just, like, the funniest one to me.
Yeah, I think you can include the rest of the Aqours characters too, I guess.
Yeah, they're all fighting each other. Oh my god.
Okay, as a bonus, I got one more question for you. I mean, it could be a both of us question, honestly. It's regarding Aqours and their last live. I want to know, how do you feel about that and their newest single, the Eikyuu Hours? Yeah.
Ooh. I won't lie, I haven't heard the latest single. It's because I feel like if I listen to their newer songs, it's like I'm accepting that they're really leaving, Like, it kind of, like, depresses me. As for their last live, honestly, I was pretty sad when I heard it, because, like, I really liked them. I always wanted to see them, and I was gonna see them one year when they came to America, but Daya, her voice actress, wasn't there, so I was like, no, I won't see them this time. I'll see them next time. They never came back. I was like, oh, great.
You should have just taken the chance to see it.
I should have. But honestly, I don't think I could watch it. I feel like I'd be, like, so sad watching it. Cause, like, it's really ending,
Yeah. No, it's not ending. Aqours is not ending. It's just that they are ending to perform in real life.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna be in concerts anymore. They're just going to be maybe releasing more music, but it's just the last time that they're gonna perform all together as in a concert venue.
Yeah, that's so
Oh,
sad.
yeah, it's okay. I guess it's at least it's not a disband, you know.
Yeah.
Aqours
Okay.
has been going on for like Aqours has been going on for more than like a decade, I guess. I believe oh no, it's almost a decade, but it's not a decade. It's almost a decade. Wow. Yeah, it's been really long for Aqours, right? It's been
Yep.
really a lot of content these past few years. I think a lot of solo albums, which is crazy. A
Yeah.
lot of like extra solo songs that Muse girls didn't even get.
Yeah. Oh
It's so
man.
sad, but I've learned to accept it anyway. You know, 'cause
Yeah.
because I've been doing Aqua's song daily ranking almost every day. If you ever saw it, like I've a thread of like Muse and Aqua's songs.
Yeah.
So I've been doing more of the Aqua songs these days because I finished the Muse one, the whole thing. But I feel that the Aqua songs actually pretty good in like their production, to be honest. Like so far, I've only given one song a 6 out of 10, which is a feat by itself. And that was like their very first few singles. Like it was Eikyuu Heroes. Yeah, that was the only song I didn't really like at all. So it was a 6. The rest was like a minimum 7, which is I'm honestly surprised at the production and the quality of the song for Aqours, because I know they have definitely did better than Muse.
Yeah.
Because I know half the Muse song sounds like one, like I don't know what the fuck they're singing half the time, but it's just a song, I guess. But at least with Aqours, I get to like hear the actual production from it. And some of the songs that I haven't listened to before in Aqours are now songs that I listen to. So it's been a good eye opener for Aqours. So I think Eikyuu Hours, I've heard it. It's really good, not gonna lie. It's really good. Like, I think it's a good one. They have a music video for that too. I think it's very sentimental, honestly. And I'm not gonna be attending their final live, but one of my friends are going to do it. So I only can wish them success in getting the success code for it.
God, I wouldn't even want to try it. I hate the fact that it's like gotcha for everything.
Yeah, it's Japan, the land of gacha. It's just Japan. There's nothing you can do about it. And you're competing against like a lot of hardcore Japanese fans. I saw this one Japanese fan. They bought about a 1K worth of the Eikyuu Hours CD just to get a lot of codes, so they can get into the arena. They can get into the place. Yeah, wow. You're competing with these kind of people to attend the live.
I already count my loss. No way.
No, but it's okay. Sometimes you still can win. I won the code for my Popipa with only one Blu-ray, while there's people who bought like 10 of those CDs and they didn't win any of that. So it's all down to luck in the end. It's not how many you buy. It's just more chances that you'll get it, but it doesn't really necessarily mean you would get it at all. Sometimes you might just be super unlucky, straight down the barrel. If you bought like 30 CDs and none of it worked, you just, you might as well just say, okay, I give up.
Yeah.
Life is hard.
Life is hard. That's funny.
Yeah, so I mean, if you really want to go, I think you should not miss this chance to go at the very least. I think you should buy a CD, at least a CD, like just a CD itself. If it still has the code, I think. I don't know whether it still has the code. Maybe CD Japan has it still, or wherever you buy your CDs from. You could try, honestly. You could try. If it fails, then I mean, you at least get to see the MV and the CD and the music for it. So I don't see there's a problem with that, Yeah, and it's a core memory. At least you get to keep something physical with the code, at least.
Yeah.
But if you win the code, I think you'll be very like grateful for yourself that you'll be able to at least attend one of the biggest Love Live events in history.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. It's better to regret it later than to regret it now.
Yeah, definitely.
No, it's better to regret it now than to regret it later. Because if you regret it later, you didn't even buy it. Means it's gone forever. You don't have a chance to go back then. Like, you could obviously watch it off a live stream. I mean, no biggie, but that doesn't give you the vibe that much. It's just being at the venue, like, makes you feel more of that feeling that compared to when you're sitting behind the screen watching it from the screen,
Yeah.
and if you regret it now, it's because you spent money to buy it. But at least you have a chance to buy it. You have a chance to get in there. So in the very small possibility that you get into the concert, I bet you'll be so proud of yourself for that. So I think you could try, honestly, but I'm not forcing you to try, but you could really try. As an Aqours fan, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, I'd probably think about it. But like I said, it's just so depressing. I'd probably like ugly cry the whole time.
I think everybody's gonna be crying there. Trust. It's
Yeah.
not just you.
Yeah,
But if you're buying the CD, then good luck. I hope you have the code, and I hope the code wins.
I hope so too.
Alright, and okay, so this is the end of the Birb's Nest podcast for today. Okay, so once again, thank you, ILLIT, for coming onto the podcast and spending time to have a conversation with me for this podcast. It's 2 hours and 45 minutes as we speak.
Yeah. Very exciting. Thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this. You've done very good for this podcast. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. Oh, really feels good to hear the words of appreciation. I did something right for once with this podcast. All right, so with that, hope you enjoy the episode. Thank you and goodbye.